We don't like Freaky Bob around here. He scares me.
I just like that his actual like shitty drawing of Doodle. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm already getting fucking delirious. This is not good. This is not a good sign for me to having to record this.
And on that note, hello. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first installment of Come Monday.
I love that idea.
I am joined today by my good pal. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello everybody. My name's Peyton. He had this idea a while back, and he said, it'd be really funny if you went on this journey with me. And I said, that'd be great. And then I realized we're like in part one of, I think, 3 recording sessions we're going to do for this, because I cannot keep up with all of this wrestling, and I could only watch 2 shows at a time, or else I was going to lose my fucking mind.
So the first 2 shows we have on the slate here, because you haven't watched Dynamite and Collision yet, we have Monday Night Raw and we have NXT.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this before we get into anything with the Monday Night Raw thing. I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but at first I liked the new presentation of Monday Night Raw, but as it's gone on, and as times progressed, it just feels so soulless and so corporate. Just the presentation overall, it feels so dark. It's like last year's Monday Night Raw aesthetic, and you compare it to this year's. It's like McDonald's. You know how McDonald's used to be so, like, lovely and happy-go-lucky?
It's the play places versus the gray adult McDonald's, yeah.
Literally. Watching Monday Night Raw, like... Monday Night Raw right now, like, watching it, is that what a 9 to 5 feels like? Is that
You're
what
asking me because I'm the only one with a job. Haha, that's really funny. Yeah, it is what a 9 to 5 feels like.
Is that what a 9 to 5 office job feels like?
I'm sure.
Like, at least NXT feels just more lively.
No, NXT was actually, like, solid. I think it was really, really decent. It had a couple of great matches. It also had my least favorite segment out of these 2 shows, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But Monday Night Raw opens with a stupid bet between Pat McAfee and Michael Cole, because Pat has to put himself over, about the fucking Indiana Pacers, because he's got to stick his dick out about, I'm an Indiana guy. You know how obnoxious that is? I'm from that state. That's obnoxious.
Oh boy.
I put in the notes here, Michael Cole is the most in-shape Cole in wrestling right now. Because he didn't look too bad compared to fucking the incredibly shrinking Adam Cole.
Golly.
And then Pat was about to cut a heel promo and tell us about going, that's why the Pacers about to beat the Thunder, or whatever he's supposed to sound like. He sounds like Dale Earnhardt Sr., bro. And then Michael Cole cuts him off. And then the other thing about this that I mentioned is that on the top of the second hour of the show, I watched the Netflix version, the edited Netflix version. On the top of the second hour, they were like, yeah, in case you missed it, Michael Cole's wearing a Pacers jersey. And I had no idea. Like they said, I seriously wrote, they mentioned this fuck-ass bet again at the top of the hour. Why?
Golly.
That I know that has nothing to do with anything. I just had to mention that it opens up with that, because Pat, I like him as a color commentator, but he can be a goof. He can be an idiot, because he is an idiot. He is an idiot.
Michael Cole without a suit on is definitely a sight. Definitely a sight that I never thought I'd ever see.
He looks better at almost 60 than he did at 40 whatever at WrestleMania 27. No, I'm not even joking. Wait,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, no.
I have seen him without a suit before.
He looks swole as shit compared to that.
I tried to get that memory out of my head.
Well, of course. Dude, he even mentions in the main event, we'll get to that later. But the first thing I wrote was, God bless CM Punk. Because then Punk came on. He had a brilliant line about saying, if the NBA Finals are on, make sure you're watching Raw and or SmackDown. Thank you. With a little wink. I thought that was cute.
Watching a weekly
Summer of
WWE show over the NBA Finals is absurd. But to each their own. To each their own.
But Punk says it. It's Punk. Like,
Punk
dude,
says it, so it's
anybody else
over.
pulled that shit, like, but the other thing that I mentioned that, like, I put the heartbreak emoji after Summer of Punk 3 in 2025. We do not need that shit.
It's not happening.
Nobody needs that.
I just want to see CM Punk's 6-year title reign. That's all I want.
No, yeah, it would be like 50 something by the time. No.
Good.
He also said it's not personal, it's just business, which I just said is CM Punk's life motto.
Literally. He said it's not. It's still about the money, but it's also about championships. Or so.
Friends, I'm here to make money. What a fucking all-timer.
Golly.
Dwayne's still catching strays from home.
Didn't he also say that you gotta stop chanting people's names that aren't here because they fired R-Truth?
No. I saw this clip on. I saw this clip. Okay. And he kind of like is like half smiling because that's what they did with him.
Yeah, I know. That's the point. I know about it.
So he's kind of encouraging it. He's kind of like just trolling him into doing it.
We want truth. We want truth. By the way,
need to catch your. Yeah.
By the way, just people are already losing interest in WWE as it is, and you decide to release one of the only reasons to watch the show weekly. One of the only reasons. Because even when he's not wrestling, he still makes the product 10 times more enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely. And makes it feel like it has a soul.
Exactly.
But yeah, for the Punk promo, I put great promo, master on the mic, and then here's the exact words, fuck, here comes Sami Zayn.
And then Sami started talking about how if Phil doesn't win, then we're all doomed.
Dude, he starts yapping. Holy shit.
Oh my god, I just watched Adam Cole hit a midair super kick to some guy. That looked mad good. Anyways, back to what you were saying.
No, I'm sure. I don't have... Wait, they're still on the air?
It is 12:04 a.m. and AEW television is still going.
Oh my...
And Adam Cole just picked up a win. Are they going to continue after this? It's 12:04.
No. Fucking course not. It's gonna go back to Modern Family reruns or whatever they do at midnight. Let's see. I'm not interested personally in seeing, this is the quote, the skinny goof jack-off become world champion with Sami Zayn. I also said Sami Zayn would be insufferable in real life because he just seems like he wouldn't shut the fuck up, and I would be like, oh my god.
Golly.
But I gave him credit and said, it's crazy that English is his third language and he's still this good at promos.
Yeah.
But then there was also, respectfully, CM Punk and Sami Zayn are not on the same level. Because they're trying to present them like they are.
Respectfully, I think they are, brother.
What?
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was about to say, crowd is being brought down by this promo. 10 minutes felt like 2.5 out of 5. That's what I gave that segment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next up. This is a good line. How even in storyline that skinny dweeb Dominic pulling and fucking Rhea, then Liv, then Roxanne. That's what I actually write down in my notes.
And how does it keep getting better? How does he keep improving? He keeps improving.
Crowd loves Io Sky. I wrote that. Liv Morgan's a great heel. Ivy Nile got the jobber entrance. That shows how much she's viewed by the company. And here's an interesting note. I haven't watched Stephanie Vaquer in over a year since she was at Forbidden Door and jobbed to Mercedes Moné.
Oh, God. Shucky ducky quack quack.
What?
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Oh my god. We'll get the book later. I'm a little mad about that.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time with all the sponsorships in the ring and the fact that the WWE logo isn't even in there anymore.
Did you know that they have Slim Jim logos on tables now?
I saw that.
Golly.
And my dad used to work for that company, and right before they let him go, they announced the WWE partnership. So I'm not bitter.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just saying. Let's see. 3 botches in the first minute. Jesus Christ. Stephanie looks solid in ring, though. She had to make sure her ass was in the camera shot for the Devil's Kiss spot, but she's got no butt.
What?
Yeah, that's what I wrote for Stephanie Vicaire. She's got no butt.
You need to, like, lower your standards if that's...
Oh, gee. All thighs, no butt. I watched for myself.
If those are your standards...
Oh, and I put in all caps, stop mentioning Eddie Guerrero after living with the Three Amigos. Because, like, it fucking pisses me off every time. Oh, that was an Eddie Guerrero tribute. You shut up, Pat. Eddie's been dead for over almost 20 years now. 20 years! And it's been under your watch, right? So don't fucking bring it up. He still sells merch, I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
I put Ivy Niles probably in the next wave of cuts. Forearm trading.
No.
Like shit.
No, there's no way.
She is. She
No.
is.
No. There's no way.
Liv Morgan has really good kicks. I noticed that.
There's a joke to be made, but I'm not going to make it. There's a joke to be made, but I'm not going to make it. There's a joke to be made, but I'm not going to make it. 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 I'm a respectful young man. I'm not going to make it.
A safe superplex powerbomb without killing anybody was insane. That was fucking incredible. No, like, seriously.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie Vicaire wins with one of the worst backslides I've, like, ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely. Lazy booking, Vicaire advances, correct decision, rough execution, 1.5 out of 5.
I like Vicaire, but that wasn't her best showing, for sure.
No, she looked like shit.
That was not her best showing. She's for sure had better.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, Balor and McDonough. This is...
Oops. So I kind of fucked up. Whoops. I kind of,
What happened?
I kind of clicked... I switched my region on Discord. I don't know what I just did. But what were you saying about Balor and McDonough?
You to NTSC? Oh, yeah, Balor and McDonough versus the... almost said the Road Warriors. Jesus Christ. The War Raiders.
Oh, this is the match where JD almost died again.
Yep. Balor and McDonough's theme song is ass.
Awful. Terrible. Get that shit out of my ears, bro.
And then here was something I wanted to bring up before the match even started. Do you think it's weird that the ring announcer's never actually in the ring? Except for title matches?
I don't know. I've never noticed that. Most of the time, it feels like they're in there. It might have just been tonight. It might have just been tonight. It might have just been tonight.
No. Dude, Balor and McDonough were just in there, and then I just noticed, oh shit, she's completely off screen.
Huh.
The War Raiders actually have grown on me. This is where I first heard the "We Want Truth" chants. Even Netflix couldn't they edit that out.
Oh my god.
The New Day are company men through and through because they were talking about how cool it is because they're in the Hall of Fame for the Boys and Girls Club because the WWE runs Be a Star, which is an anti-bullying campaign. Which
they
is
still do that?
Hilarious when you think about it. Yeah.
A professional wrestling company talking about no bullying. Jesus Lord.
Yeah. Do you see a problem in that? I literally just want to like go up to like the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club, play the Piggy James clip, and go, "Are you sure?"
The company that employed JBL for what, like 20 years?
Yes, no longer than that, dude. Let's see, almost 30. Holy shit! I just thought about it. Almost 94 to 2023.
Golly.
Anyway, the New Day made it all about themselves on commentary, and it was really fucking distracting to me. JD almost died, but is overselling. I don't like it. He's trying to be Mr. Perfect when he's not.
He's always done that. This is where we differ, because I like JD McDonough. I like him.
I think he's a goof. I think he's a jack-off.
I think he's all right.
So the War Raiders do that stupid fake-out spot, which I hated.
Yeah.
You know. And the commentators were just laughing at it. You're not supposed to be laughing at this shit. I also wrote, 5th time these teams have met on television. Balor and JD didn't start teaming until July 2023. Ivar didn't get healthy until July 2024.
I just want you to... I think the whole world needs to have a sit-down conversation. The Raw tag division is so thin.
You know, that's so funny, because I immediately followed this up with thin-ass tag division.
Golly.
It's so unbelievable.
It's the New Day, the Creed Brothers, the War Raiders, Judgment Day.
Balor and Christ, who else is there? Is that it?
Braun and Bronson.
Well, yeah, now I guess, but Jesus.
Or they could do something. They could do something really funny here. They could do Bronson and Bronson, just like Johnson and Johnson.
Instead of a family company, it's people who cripple you, the company. But whatever.
Good. Anyway, so back to what you were saying.
Where was I? We don't need people hulking up in 2025. I hate those fucking spots where they just refuse to. They just no sell everything. Eric and Finn Balor actually had a pretty solid stretch where they had a really good match inside of this match.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. I never had seen Eric as a legitimate so better, so I was like, oh shit, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and Pat McAfee started making excuses for the heels.
Yeah, they're turning Pat McAfee heel, I think, and
are they?
It feels like it. It's weird. I don't know. He was weird tonight, or the other night.
I put, is Pat McAfee face or heel with a big question mark next to it.
There's no way they actually try to turn him heel, right? Because they just did the backlash thing. There's no way.
No, because that made him look like the most sympathetic. That made him look like fucking Ricky Morton. That made him look like the most sympathetic babyface ever, dude. Are you kidding me?
There's no way they're gonna do it. I wouldn't be surprised, though. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, of course not. And then Ivar and Balor had a really good spot at the very end of this with a coup de grace into Ivar sitting on him in the counter. That was incredible.
Yeah.
And then the very last thing I put is heels don't win clean ever because Roxanne ran in.
Yeah.
So I said bullshit finish, 2 out of 5 match.
I'm never gonna complain when Roxanne Perez is on my screen, which is kind of crazy in the current climate, but.
The current climate.
The current climate that she.
Presidential candidate.
Oh my god.
Imagine. Anyway, so this is back.
Imagine that dork that was running the account pulls up to Rox's crib and then just gets met with Drake Moreau. I'd be shitting bricks. I would be shitting bricks.
Bro. No, anybody on that NXT roster that has a legitimately good figure, male or female, you're fucked. Could you imagine? Jordan Grace? Yeah, no, you're dead, dude. Are you kidding?
A Lola Vice would kill somebody.
Yep.
Kendall Gray could kill somebody.
Okay, so now we're on the Becky Lynch.
Oh god.
So we start with the awkward one at the pre-tape. And I said, it must have been something she said, because then I immediately responded with, you take all the opportunities because you refuse to job unless you get the upper hand at the end. And then Becky said something like, I led Lyra's greatest match at WWE Backlash. And I'm like, greatest match? That shit was ass.
That was the worst match on the card.
Fucking horrible.
Lyra had a
Also,
better
why
match
was-
with Ivy Nile on WWE television.
That's a great point. That's also, why is Becky starting to sound like Seth now?
I don't know,
Like,
man.
Starting to get that whine and the American
Maybe because they're
accent.
married. I don't know.
Well, no, I don't fucking know. Really? Well, at the very least, I thought, maybe Becky would rub off on Seth, and Seth could start sounding a little better. But no. Instead, Becky starts sounding like this and draws it out, and like, ew.
And she
I said,
gains
God,
the whiny bitch persona as well.
Well, that works, though. That did work before. I liked Big Time Bex. I thought that shit was funny. Aww. But I said, God, that promo sucked. 1 out of 5. And then the next thing was Lyra's live promo. Is they do the woos for Lyra for the theme song, and then they're completely fucking silent.
I think Lyra's promo was really good. I think
We're
it
getting
was.
to that. So, like, and then I'm gonna call something right now. I think Becky's winning the belt so they can have the third match at SummerSlam.
They're just dragging it. Nobody cares about the feud anymore.
No,
And to be honest, I didn't care about it at first anyway. Because
'Cause,
you don't
well-
need to legitimize Lyra's reign. It's already been legitimized. She beat Bayley.
yeah, no.
She beat Bayley, the
what-
greatest of all time. I don't care what anybody says.
Fucking greatest of all time.
You made her the first ever women's intercontinental shut your mouth. The first ever intercontinental women's champion, as she says. You
The first ever Intercontinental, right? That's something new.
no, I think she just says that because she said it more than once. She says that often.
Oh,
I think
I
that's
was
just
gonna
how
go,
she
I swear-
says it.
I swear to God, she looked at the belt and then like realized she screwed it up.
She does that often, if I remember correctly.
I immediately then put an Irish joke where I said I need to buy Guinness to get through this.
Golly.
But then your downfall needs to be studied was crazy.
Like, it was a good promo, I think.
Yeah, no, it was the first one that she's had, I think, on the main roster, at least from what I can remember.
That was, like, actually
Like,
given
good.
freedom.
Yeah, she has a natural delivery, and I said there was a difference because Becky is acting and Lyra is emoting. Like, they're... No, come on now.
Golly.
Becky's going over the top, and Lyra's just putting a little bit of it into what she actually feels,
Yeah.
and it works. And then the only other thing I put here is, I don't fight in Tulsa, Oklahoma is a great heel line, because, fuck the local crowd, right?
It would have been a great heel line if it was delivered by anybody else.
No, it was good. It was good. I'm sorry. 2.5 out of 5. 4 out of 5 for Lyra's performance. 1 for Becky's.
Golly.
And then they ran a thing about Penta.
That promo, the aesthetic is so awesome.
I only have one sentence, and I think you might agree with this. Penta reminds me of Ultimate Warrior, but he can actually wrestle.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand what he's saying at all. Like, I have no idea what he's saying, but everything he says just has so much aura to it.
Yeah,
Everything he says just sounds good, and it sounds intense, and you believe it.
Yes. See,
I don't know what it is, but he's so awesome.
Oh, he's fucking great. I love him. He's outstanding. Okay, so we're finally... Oh, shit. No, we're not at the semi-main event. It felt like the semi-main event because, here we go. I'm not... this is what I said. I'm not gonna lie, gang. I like Jey Uso, but the World Heavyweight Champion shouldn't be wrestling every single week.
It depends.
No, man, you gotta save that for when people have to pay money to see it. Are you kidding?
I mean,
Unless it's like a Saturday night's main event or like a like a thing where it's like the first episode of Raw on Netflix. Like, why even bother?
Yeah.
I also think yeet is a fucking stupid catchphrase.
I mean, it's over though. Like you can't.
No, not yeet itself. He now has like an like right before it. And
Yeah, and that's also over.
but that's like bottom 5 catchphrases.
Oh, please, please play my music. Yeet.
If you put that against that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said
And that's the bottom line.
yeah, or to be the man you gotta beat the man, or fucking I'm just that damn good is wrong. There was a great Michael Cole line right before they went to commercial break. How does he even wrestle a match after this?
Yeah, I heard that one too.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like they thought they were already on commercial break because Pat's like, I don't know, and then they both start talking, and then the cuts.
Dude, I don't know what it was, but it felt like Raw and NXT both had some very awkward commercial break cuts.
Oh, I noticed because I was watching the edited versions of both.
Felt so awkward.
Oh, and I put in all caps. This is very noticeable. Why are both world champions in a tag team match? You idiots realize you've already wasted half of John Cena's time.
I mean, like, all right, I'm finna get on another rant here. Do I want to save it? I might want to save it, but like, Money in the Bank is your biggest non-Big Four pay-per-view of the year.
Right.
And
you know, I'd argue that it is a Big Four pay-per-view. I don't think Survivor Series means that much anymore.
You could be right. I think War Games has kind of saved it, though.
Nah.
At least War Games before 2024.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
What was I saying? So it's basically a Big Four pay-per-view, and you don't have a world title match on the card. Yeah. That's a problem. I get that you have the ladder matches. I get that you have those. And when you have just I don't really know how to I'm speechless because it's just stupid. It's terrible booking. There's no reason for anybody to want to go to that show.
Yeah, you're right. No, it's lazy. It's
ladder matches are cool, gang. Ladder matches are cool, but you also have to have a good card outside of it. And
I'm just glad there's going to be 6 instead of 8 people per Money in the Bank ladder match.
What are the other 2 matches besides the Lyra and Becky?
Let me look it up.
What's that card even looking like?
What does that card even look like? Wait. Oh, I thought it said Jeff Jarrett was going to be in Money in the Bank. Jeff Jarrett predicts winners from Money in the Bank week. Jeff Jarrett.
My world.
You fucking showed up.
My world.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. I really would I'd actually unironically pop for that too.
If we got the My World theme at Money in the Bank.
Dude, I would piss myself. I would fucking piss myself. Anyway, yeah, the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. the tag team match between Logan Paul and then Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. That's fucking it.
It's 4 matches?
It's 4.
Good grief!
Oh my god, dude. That means both of the ladder matches are gonna go an hour.
Oh my god.
And probably Penta and what am I even saying? Cena and Logan Paul. Shit, I wish it was Penta and Logan Paul.
I wish it was Penta and Cena. I wish it was Penta and Cena.
No, Cena can't even throw a fucking punch anymore. I don't care.
Is Karrion Kross in Money in the Bank? Like,
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I just looked it up, and he's not.
Karrion Kross is one of your biggest stars right now, and he's selling T-shirts like a motherfucker.
I can't believe that.
And you don't even have him on the card most of the time. You don't even put him on TV. You put him on TV for backstage segments. Yeah, he was on. Yeah. He had a backstage segment.
Yeah, I did see that, and I was like, "Oh, thank God, he's not going to get released."
I sure hope he doesn't get released because he's literally one of their biggest stars right now.
TKO would prevent him from doing that just because of how much money he's making.
Well, R-Truth had the, I think, highest selling T-shirt, and they released him, so.
Well, that's true. Anyway, so we are getting way off track because I have like a bunch of things to say about this. Paul Heyman looks good, lost weight. He's actually white this time instead of getting canceled for brown face like Justin Trudeau. Mom, I need more Hot Pockets. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so Heyman looks good, lost weight. Don't care about Bronson Reed. Never will. But Braun, on the other hand of that, he needs to be world champion within the next year, or Braun Breaker is dead in the water. Like, completely.
He's got to be up there.
Let's see. I said there could be money in Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker for the World Heavyweight title if they do that.
There's money in anything either of those two do.
Also, they said Seth Rollins is an all-time great, and I said, bitch, please.
Is it what?
All-time great.
Yeah.
Like,
he is.
What?
He definitely is. The bar for all-time great is low.
It is very low.
So he's definitely up there. He's also a multiple-time world champion in WWE. Was a world champion in Ring of Honor. Was one of the biggest indie names of the 2000s. Was a part of the Shield. Heist of a Century. Beast Slayer. Has made basically everything work.
Yeah, somehow.
He revived the United States title.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Was the first world champion when it was revived. Had a damn good reign. If just obviously knowing the injury he worked through at the beginning of 2024.
Oh my God. He could barely walk.
He's up there. He has to be up there. Like you can't discredit all the stuff the man has done for just the industry in general.
No, but when I think all-time great, I think of like the one per like era, right?
Oh, well, your standards are crazy. Ah!
What the fuck?
I'm back. Okay.
Okay.
What were we talking about? Are we jerking off Seth Rollins?
Rollins all-time great. And then the next thing that I highlighted was McAfee saying, even a blind man could see that Braun Breaker is the future of this industry.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I wrote, I've never seen anybody improve so quickly and so gradually than Braun Breaker. And I said, Jey Uso and Braun Breaker are doing good work. Great heel work by Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed with an illegal tag because he's a fucking idiot. And Michael Cole made valid points about why Jey Uso shouldn't wrestle on Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't, because like he was talking about the world title match with Gunther.
Okay, but if we're looking at this in a broad spectrum, if you were to make this match end clean, it's a lose-lose situation.
Well, I understand that, but
so there had to have been a fucking shitty finish, which is why I didn't like it.
Beautiful saw by Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed has a great senton. Sami Zayn has a whole bunch of fake punches and does his stupid little dive that he always does. Rollins shows up for a DQ. 2.5 out of 5-star match. And the other thing that I put, because Punk, shows up with the chair, right?
And then gets punked.
Yeah, but like, CM Punk is such a Bret Hart dick rider. You fucking notice that?
Yes.
Like, it's like,
because he's the best in the world. Remember, he's the best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be in the world.
But like, Dude, it's like Daniel with Sensei Miyagi. Like, it's fucking crazy. I love Bret Hart, and I love CM Punk, but, you know, at some point, like...
Get off his
to, like,
dick!
Look at it. Yeah, you have to look at it, and it's like, why do you have so much love for another man, bro?
You're a grown-ass man.
Dude, that's what I want Bret to say. You are fucking 47 years old. This is embarrassing.
Get a job, nerd!
Bret would fucking fold CM Punk.
Bret Hart telling someone to get a job.
What about you, Brock Lesnar? You weren't in The Simpsons.
Bill Goldberg.
What about you, Ric Flair? Wait, have you ever seen that video?
Yes.
Okay, thank God. I think I must have sent it at some point where he goes to his Xfinity remote, show me The Simpsons, and it's the fucking Bret Hart cameo. Okay. Judgment Day segment was next. And I said, why does the Judgment Day clubhouse in every arena in the world?
It's the sex dungeon. It's not the clubhouse. Remember?
No, they call it the fucking clubhouse.
No,
like
but we call it around here. We call it the sex dungeon around here.
We? The fuck is we?
That's what I used to call
by
it
the
when
way,
I do weekly reviews.
I didn't know you did weekly reviews at all. Oh yeah,
Like
I
a
guess
couple
you
months
did.
ago.
Yeah, that's right. I said these segments with Carlito is really awkward.
Yeah.
Cause like, it's not funny and it's not supposed to be taken seriously either. So it's like, what is the point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really weird. Kairi Sane versus Raquel Rodriguez. I said it's
I
an
like
absolute
this match.
shame. I didn't.
It's because I'm a
absolute
Kairi Sane glazer, but
Well, it's a shame that Kairi isn't over, and I'm not a Kairi glazer, but she has a good song right now. She has a fun gimmick.
she's so good. Like genuinely, not even trying to be a glazer. She is so good. There is no
she's
reason for these
fantastic.
stupid crowds to not like appreciate her.
Yeah, Hell,
I'd go as far. Look, I'd go as far as to say Kyrie's a better worker than Io. I'd go as far as to say that, and I'm a glazer of both.
By the way, I put shame she has to work with Andrea the MAGA giant.
Oh God.
I like literally came up like for like fucking 2 minutes. I paused it just to think of that joke and how it could work. I immediately put, why is Raquel wearing a thong under her outfit?
Oh God.
Like, was she about to go to Pound Town with Braun after this? Like, I was like, what the fuck is that all about?
What?
That's what I didn't write that in my notes. That was just me spitballing. This is why I take
Wait,
notes.
was it? Are we talking about Raquel?
Yes.
Are you dreaming about Raquel going to Pound Town? What is wrong with you?
No!
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Alright, you know it's almost 1 a.m. and my brain's like completely fried. Alright? This is... Raquel can't even fully lift Kairi, who can't be more than 110 pounds. Like, she's like trying to jump for Raquel and she can't even fucking do it. Like, it sucks. She has a very limited moveset. What does the IWC see in her? That's talking about Raquel. Louder, we want truth chants. Crowd is bored and so am I. Why is this a semi-main event?
It's to take the crowd down so that they can build them back up or some shit. Whatever they used to say back in the day.
This is the equivalent of shooting the crowd in the face with a shotgun and expecting to revive it by putting a Band-Aid on it.
When we get to the main event, I want to say something.
No, that's fair. I feel like I've been saying a lot.
I've got a certain thing about the main event whenever we get there, but don't rush it.
That's fine. Kairi's chops look like shit.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They do.
Alright. I mean, yeah, she's like 5'2" doing chops. They're not gonna look good.
That's crazy. Why are we doing that then? And then I put Kairi Sane wins 2 weeks in a row. What the fuck? One and a half.
The world is healing. But
Um,
here's something I didn't like about the match is the story they were trying to tell with Kairi at first trying to outpower Raquel.
well, Raquel just is the shits. I'm sorry. She is so fucking bad.
Oh my god.
One of her knees don't fucking work like her husband's leg. So, like...
Wait, who's her husband?
Well, she's engaged to Braun Strowman. That's
Is she
what
actually?
I'm saying. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Why do you think I called her Andrea the MAGA Giant? They're both like big Trump people.
I don't think Braun's a Trumpy anymore, though, because...
But he's also a Green Bay Packers fan and from North Carolina, so I have no idea what the fuck that's supposed to tell you get.
Oh my god.
Oh. Anyway, Karrion Kross is safe from releases. See, this was my notes about the Karrion Kross segment. He could be getting a good push really soon, whether it's from the direction of Triple H, TKO, or otherwise, but despite him getting over online, I do not care for him.
Man, I care for him. I think Karrion Kross is awesome, and I've always thought Karrion Kross is awesome.
I never have. I never understood why he got pushed in NXT.
I've always thought you can build a company around him. I think he's phenomenal.
He had the stupid ass gimmick in the first run, and then
Yeah, because he had the strap on.
Yeah,
The first
I
run.
wouldn't call it that. Hold on, pause, gang. I wouldn't call it that, but that where he debuts, loses to Jeff Hardy in 2 minutes, like that was nuts. Just because Jeff Hardy was re-debuting No More Words doesn't mean you have to beat your new star, gang.
Oh my god, I love that theme. Times I ain't got for words, 1,000 threats I've heard before.
The fact that was in 2K22 also was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we go on to the main event. Well, actually, before that, Pat McAfee said something that really pissed me off.
What did he say?
I've been a AAA fan for a long time.
Pat, I don't think you've ever watched a AAA show in your life.
And I said, I wrote this in my notes. Statements that aren't true for $1,000, Noah.
Oh my god. Things that didn't happen for 500, please.
Alex, I'll take the Truth Daily Double on absolute bullshit by Pat McAfee.
For 1,000.
Oh my god. Then I said about Punk's entrance, and this is where I get very autistically nitpicky.
What the fuck?
Well, no, listen to me. So, like, when you know how he comes out to the, like, re-recorded version of Cult of Personality to give the band the money instead of the record label?
Yeah.
I know it was Punk's idea, but damn, when he comes out to the original Cult of Personality again, I will cry. Because that shit is unbelievable. Just something it doesn't have the same punch because it's from, like, 20 years later or whatever.
Yeah.
CM Punk being over in Tulsa, Oklahoma was something I didn't expect.
Surprised they like a liberal individual. They like a liberal.
Legitimately. Yeah, I'm stunned.
Speaking of which, I got something to say when we get to NXT.
Oh, fuck, man. Okay. I have something that might light you aflame. I don't know. The El Grande Americano gimmick is the stupidest thing that WWE has put on TV since the Maximum Male Models.
Listen here, you Mark. He is a literal legend outside of America. He has literally shaped the entirety of Lucha Libre. Just because he's not your style, and just because you've never seen him until, like, 10 minutes ago, doesn't mean you can completely disrespect a legend like El Grande Americano.
You know, working aside, this is the stupidest shit that they've done.
But, you shut your mouth right now!
Yeah.
Do you not remember his classics in Mexico against Rancho de Colombia? Do you not remember those?
Oh, shit. Must have forgot. Sorry.
It's a racist gimmick. It's so racist.
Yeah,
like
it's fucking racist, dude.
It's so racist, but I mean, what do you expect? Look at the person that's booking the show. Like
Triple K, bro. I literally did the fucking American Psycho gimmick when you said classics against Rancho de Colombia. I must have forgot.
Oh my god.
Like that's how far gone I am. Is like
Modern Family got some bad bitches on this shit.
I still watching PBS.
I didn't turn the TV off.
Dang, it's 1 a.m.
Good looks.
Anyway, where was I? Beautiful AJ Styles dropkick. Great seeing Punk versus Styles in the ring for the first time since 2004. Shame with this jackass in the ring.
But anyway, here's what I was gonna say when we got to the main event. The crowd did not give a shit that we had AJ Styles and CM Punk in the same ring.
Because
they didn't. No, here's why. They didn't advertise it. Everybody in that crowd is a casual.
That's true.
Yeah. Only casuals are able to afford that money. So they didn't understand the fact that AJ Styles and CM Punk are in the ring together for the first time in over 20 years.
That is actually insane.
You could put Flop Dollar in the ring with those two. With an educated crowd, and they would still lose their mind.
That was unbelievable.
You could put Flop Dollar and Casey Navarro in a tag team match.
Fuck you, dude.
2v1v1, and they would still pop for it.
Just you wait.
Well, we do know about Flop Dollar on the next episode, so.
Oh, yeah, I'm fucking mad, man. Yeah. Shame it had to be with this jackass in the ring. AJ Styles almost hurt himself by overselling because he fucking flew over and almost got thrown over the ring by Punk.
Yeah.
Michael Cole referenced Nacho Libre, which I never thought would actually get referenced on WWE TV.
Yeah.
El Grande Americano's boots had CG on them like a fucking idiot.
Because he borrowed the boots from Chelsea Green. Golly, what's your conspirating ass, bro? I'm so sick of you, bro.
Dude, you were on Vince Russo's mark list.
I'm so sick of you. Golly.
I don't even like Vince Russo, but you're a fucking mark.
I'm not a mark, you're a mark. It's crazy how Vince Russo made that, even though he is the biggest mark of all time. He is the biggest mark of all time. Oh my god.
Every excuse in the book when your brand's ratings is down for the week, bro.
Anyways, back to the main event. Let's stay on topic and professional here, Mr.
You
Payton.
hate Vince Russo. You're a fucking mark if you hate Vince Russo. Anyway. Oh, I said, imagine telling CM Punk in 2015 that 10 years from now he'd be back in the wrestling business being a complete hypocrite. Because money talks. Once again, I love CM Punk, but the message from then to never ever getting back in a wrestling ring because people are fucking evil to, yeah, I'm gonna work for this evil billion-dollar corporation is crazy.
That pushes nothing but hatred.
Right.
Heartbreaking. WWE releases all of their remaining LGBTQ talent.
At this point, I genuinely wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they released every minority that wasn't Samoan.
You know, if they had a legal way around it, they'd probably do it, gang.
Yeah.
I actually said at this point, is he even really Chad Gable? Because I had my doubts for a second.
Well,
because
here's what I'm confused though. Because the first time they had the character on TV, the first time they did, when he had the interview with Kathy Kelly, a dude in the mask was running behind him. Are they just going to forget that ever existed?
Yeah. Well, the plot twist is going to be, it is going to be somebody else.
I hope it is.
It's gonna be fucking obvious.
It's gonna be like Otis or something.
No, jackass. He needs to have the same build at least as Chad Gable so this can work.
It's gonna be Tavion Heights.
Alright. Anyway, where was I? El Grande Americano doesn't have a drawing power of a CM Punk or an AJ Styles and pretend that he is not just an absolute joke to the wrestling business.
Didn't he win?
You just fucking wait. Forearms, I put in all caps, because AJ Styles looked like shit.
God.
Oh, here was a question I was going to ask you. Why does CM Punk get hard every time he wrestles?
Oh, God. That's a good question.
Joke.
I don't even think... I don't think he's hard. I just think his tights... I just think his tights don't do him justice.
Gang, he's fucking hard.
Because I've ran into those problems with some sweatpants.
No, I understand that, but like, dude, you can't look at me in the eye during the Drew McIntyre match and tell me he doesn't have the biggest like fucking boner after Drew pins him.
God.
And like, it's like, well, how come you fucking notice it? Well, I noticed it.
It's right there.
It's right in my face.
They zoom in on it sometimes.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
That's crazy. I know. I said, God damn, I wish we had a Punk and AJ Styles singles matchup. Too many kickouts. Thank God CM Punk refused to lose to this dickhead. Because Rollins put him out. AJ Styles did his own perk angle. Ah! Did you hear that? So I said, not only is he going for the Intercontinental Championship, he's going for the Oxy-Continental Championship as well.
Oh my God. Hold on, bro. I can't. I'm so off topic, but I'm just looking at my TV right now. She is so bad, bro.
Modern Family is crazy.
Yes, bro. My bad, bro. My bad, gang. My bad, gang.
It's 1 in the morning. I gotta wake up in like 8 hours and do this shit all over again. Fuck.
Why the fuck is there a dude with a dog nose on his face? What the fuck?
Because fuck what you want. El Grande Americano is more important to the Money in the Bank match than AJ Styles and CM Punk. Half star out of 5 would be lower, but Punk and Styles actually managed to make this work. And that was Raw.
I don't mind it because I know Chad Gable is gonna do well in the match, and I like Chad Gable. So I don't mind the decision, but
I mind the decision.
I wish it was Phil Brooks.
This goof, this jack off, this fucking insult to the professional wrestling.
But listen. You're not supposed to like him.
Hey, dude. You know what I just realized?
What?
Is El Grande Americano doesn't have the neck tattoo that Chad Gable has.
What? Are you bullshitting me?
I'm not. I mean, he could have put makeup over it, but like...
Yeah. Who would it be if it's not...
I'm thinking I'm like, shit, man. Who looks like that?
Not many people.
By the
Spoiler alert! It's Javon Evans.
r/WWE, there's 1.2 million members and only 89 of them were online as of 12:53 a.m.
Golly.
Those are 89 of the biggest fucking losers on the planet, by the way. I'm not sorry for saying that, and that includes me, because technically God. I was just online just now.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, that was Monday Night Raw, and we went way too long, and I feel so bad for you editing this, because it's like, well, we wanted to get the entire week under an hour. No, you're fucking not.
Well, anyways, we're going to NXT now, brother.
Oh, thank God. Well, no, I was going to ask you what your final thoughts about it were.
My final thoughts were it was a soulless, forgettable show. It had nothing that made me want to, like, keep watching. I forgot about it all until you reminded me tonight. I had forgotten what had happened 2 hours after it had happened. It's so forgettable. There's no substance. And there's just no reason to watch the show. It's 2.5 hours of filler every single week.
If I didn't write notes and I didn't entertain myself with the way I write notes,
You would have forgot it all. I wouldn't have remembered the Kyrie and Raquel match, and I'm a Kyrie dick rider.
Dude.
I wouldn't have remembered the tag match. Either of them.
Andrea the MAGA Giant. That's a good one. I'm gonna keep that one.
I also wouldn't have remembered the main event either. Like, I really wouldn't have.
Jesus Christ, man. Wow. Holy shit.
I wouldn't have remembered any of it. Because it's so forgettable. There's just... there's nothing to like about it. And this is coming from somebody who's trying to like the show.
I really... Dude, I was on call with my girlfriend, I told you this, and I said, I am going to lose my fucking mind doing this. This is not possible. This is why people don't watch wrestling anymore, is because it used to be 2 goddamn shows, and now it's 10 of them.
Like, there's nothing to like with Raw. I feel like, as we're doing this, we're gonna end up finding something that we like.
Well, yeah.
That's the good part about doing it.
Except if we manage to do this for more than 2 weeks, like you.
I think I can do this for more than 2 weeks.
I have to tap out. There might be like some random episode of Collision where I just scream, "That's it!" And I don't do this anymore.
It's gonna be tomorrow's episode, brother, when you have to watch 4 hours of AEW television.
Probably, dude.
I didn't even mind AEW. I liked it.
It'll be in like the middle of Worlds Collide where I'm like, what the fuck am I watching with Mr. Iguana, bro?
Don't hate on Mr. Iguana. We love Mr. Iguana around here.
Fucking Mr. Iguana, I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued because it's just so out there.
It is out there. Anyway.
Speaking of Mr. Iguana, he was featured on NXT this week. He was in the crowd. That green ass head, bro.
Okay, NXT, June 3rd, 2025. Thank God, I'm on the 3rd page of notes now. First thing I put is Laredo Kid's mask looks so goofy.
I like Laredo Kid, though. I like Laredo Kid. I think the opening promo was nice. It wasn't anything
I
special.
didn't like it at all, dude. Because, I mean, I was happy for Ethan Page living up to his potential that he had in AEW. I forgot Ava was still GM. I thought it was really funny that Laredo Kid called him a bitch in Spanish and said he had no balls, like hardy har. Javon Evans has a lot of potential, but he needs to put on some muscle. He looks so fucking thin.
I think that Ethan Page is proving everybody wrong. Because a lot of people just thought he was just average. Like an average wrestler.
I always knew he had it in him, bro.
I'm just talking about the whole of the IWC. And I think what Ethan Page is doing right now is one of the best gimmicks on television.
In any company. Yeah,
it's awesome. For a good guy, too, outside of the ring, good for him, man.
Yeah. Then they showed Shawn Legacy from Evolve, and I said, "Who is this Jack?"
That's what I said when I first saw him. I didn't know who he was.
Too many people interrupting.
And then we got the dudes that are with Ethan Page. I can't stand them.
The varsity faction, dude. I said, remember I told you I put myself legitimately as a WWE NIL applicant, which I never heard back from him. And I said, in an alternate universe, they would have fucking put me in this faction.
Oh God, dude, I can't stand the look of any of them. I can't stand the look of any of them.
And then I said, Vince Russo's booking this show because all these fucking people kept interrupting.
Swipe right and just the entirety of the vasectomy project is just so
yeah, there we go.
It's so Gen Alpha. Like,
yeah, what 1 out of 5 opening segment. I hated it.
-5 because of the vasectomy project.
And then immediately we go to the 6-man tag. Chase U in the Big 2025. I didn't know they were still doing that shit.
Who is the other one besides Andre Chase and Cale Dixon? Who's the third?
I have no idea.
Let's look this one up, Terry.
Okay, hold on a minute.
I got it.
Dude,
Chase U 2025 members.
Okay, Cale Dixon, Uriah Connors.
Uriah Connors. I've heard of that name.
that?
I've heard of the name, but I've never like.
Oh, that's Pit Finley's
Yeah,
son.
yeah. That makes sense now.
Oh shit.
But I didn't like this match. I like Dark State.
The less successful brother of fucking David Finley, dude, and he's in, and even the entire IWC hates David Finley. Have you ever seen like, was I a good Bullet Club leader? And then it's like a fucking picture of Kenny and Cody.
He was the Bullet Club leader?
Yes.
When?
Like fucking 2 years ago. I don't know.
That's why I don't know. Okay.
Was I a good leader of the Bullet Club? Lol, kill you. Kenny Omega 2023.
Anyways, let's stay on topic here, boy.
Oh yeah, you're right. Damn it.
The match
thank God
was certainly something. I like Dark State a whole lot. I think every member of Dark State is a star. I think, personally.
Yeah. I put thank God El Hijo took the belt off Alberto Del Rio. The Chase U theme's ass.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a genuine question. Who the fuck is the target audience for NXT?
I don't know. It's like a mix between casuals and marks.
Like I really was trying to figure out that out the whole show, and I couldn't.
I feel like it might be us. Like.
And I said, yes, the Shield from Wish.com.
See, this is why these types of stables will never get over.
Bro, come on. Okay, jumpstart into a match because there's no common sense. More we want truth chants.
We're gonna get those till the end of time. Like,
we're
gonna get those more than we got the we want Punk or the CM Punk chants.
That's fucking bullshit. No,
it's our truth.
No,
you don't understand. You don't understand. Our truth is the hood.
You're right.
Our truth is everything to this society.
I like the aggression that Dark State has, like in their wrestling style. I think that's very good. Then they showed the announce team. Like they showed like the entire like full 3-man commentary booth plus fucking Mike Rome plus Seth Rollins' ex as a backstage announcer.
Golly.
So I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's rough. So I misheard that Cale Dixon name as Dixon Tate.
What?
I think, because I put Dixon Tate, more like Dixon Cox, because he sucks ass.
Yo, he was the dude that was Braun Breaker's first main roster opponent.
That's right.
And he got fucking killed.
Dixon Tate, more like Dixon.
The attire, I can't tell if it improved or not. He's got the Zack Ryder shit on, like.
Oh, fucking Sean Legacy has the Zack Ryder shit on, bro.
They both do, man. Like.
Osiris is gonna get the Roman Reigns push one day. That's what I put on here.
I think the most successful member of that faction is gonna be Saquon Sugars because he's already got the most experience. He's already the best. He's just got a charisma about him.
You know what? Yeah, that's true.
He's awesome. Have you seen his work in DPW as Lucky Ali by chance?
No.
You gotta watch it because he is genuinely awesome. Like he is.
I gotta watch DPW. Can I remind you that it's 1 a.m?
No, later on, obviously, nerd. Golly.
Okay. I'm like, I am not.
Listen here, you Mark. God.
Putting you on the Vince Russo Mark list. Then they did a double super kick spot, and I said, because these guys are like the Young Bucks, I guess, question mark.
Man.
And then I said, damn, they're even stealing the Shield's finisher with the fucking power bomb, except there only one guy does it instead of the two tosses him instead of the triple.
Yeah.
Nothing can be original anymore. Anyway, very good 6-man tag, 3 out of 5. liked that
I
match.
think that's just the way you put a team like that over. Like, you gotta book.
Well, I understand,
you gotta book a
but you didn't
faction
have-
like Dark State in a certain way. And I'm just talking about the match. I'm just talking about the match. I'm not talking
Okay.
about the stuff around it. That's just the way you gotta book them. They've gotta be dominant, and they've gotta put in performances like that because it's 4 very large men. Like,
very, very massive.
even Saquon Sugars is a big dude.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
At first, I thought Saquon Sugars was like 5'8". No, he's not. That's a
I have a
big boy.
very brief line in between these two matches that were the two that I actually enjoyed. Ava Raine is a charisma vacuum.
Is Ava Raine the Rock's daughter?
Yeah. And when The Rock looked at his child for the first time, he stole all of her charisma in like some satanic sacrifice or some shit.
Oh Lord, dude, just looking at her expression, she just hates every second of working there.
Just let her go home. Like, why? Why?
She's never gonna lose her job now because her daddy is the owner.
Do you know how much that pisses me off? That could be a whole different thing.
You could have like
Anyway.
somebody with actual talent down there being the main GM role, and instead you have Ava.
And
God
fucking
bless.
Rocky E from TNA, bro.
Trust me, I'm not even like an Ava hater. Like, I don't really care about a GM role on television, but you could have someone a whole lot better.
Dog, you have Ava and the worst half of the bromance from TNA in like 2000.
Oh my god. But at least they have Stevie Turner. At least they have Stevie Turner. So
All right. Charlie Dempsey versus Miles Bourne.
I liked
haven't
it.
Seen any. Well, of course, I haven't seen any of these kids, but from what I've heard, it could be the future of the business, which they are gonna be. Holy shit! Stop comparing Miles Bourne to Randy Orton. That won't make a name for himself. Like, genuinely.
you heard his catchphrase, right? You know how John Cena's is "You can't see me"? His is "I can't hear you."
No. That
It
can't
is.
be correct.
It is. No, he says that on IG and Twitter.
That is.
He's awesome. I love Miles Bourne.
No, I'm sure, but that's crazy offensive. I can't believe
He came up with it himself.
Oh. Well.
I don't think he's ever used it on TV, but I know he's used it on IG.
I was
and
about to
Twitter.
say I don't think you can. 'Cause
But
that's in bad taste.
he's awesome.
Yeah.
I love Miles Bourne. I can't not like Miles Bourne.
Charlie Dempsey reminds me of William.
And also, I can't hate Miles Bourne because he's literally bagged Stephanie Vaquer. Like,
Oh, that's true. That's right. Yeah.
you gotta recognize the game, bro. Like,
Yeah, man. But like, this was such a good match. It's
It
so
was.
much better than what's on Raw or SmackDown, and it's such a good TV match because it's doing so much with not like they're barely like working, but it's actually
and there's a
Getting
storyline
over.
attached to it.
um
And I don't know if you were, but I was able to pick up on the story pretty quickly without even
Yeah.
like knowing everything
What's
going
going on?
into it. I picked up on it very quickly because it's easy to understand and there's not 47 different twists and turns, which you can do that with certain storylines, but that can't be every storyline on television.
yeah, and I said I liked his classic European heel tactic with the cheap shot before the end of the round.
Yeah, lots of storytelling in this match. I liked it.
More what's up chance, and then I immediately put in all caps the fucking I'm feeling good about the round system.
Fuck you, Tito.
Tito Santana 1995.
Golly. What did Miles Bourne win this match with?
Fuck. Oh, the drop kick. Holy shit, that's right. I also noticed that Miles Bourne can't really throw a good punch.
I mean, that's okay. Nobody throws a good punch nowadays.
Like, gang, fast does not equal good.
Nobody throws a good
at
punch
Shane
nowadays.
I wasn't a fan of all the kickouts, but then I'm like, holy shit, when's the last time the match ended with a drop kick? 1993, 2.5 out of 5.
I think this is the best match on the card, personally.
I actually like the 6-man more.
All right, that's fair.
But that's just me. Oh man, now we get to the WWE LFG lady, and this is where things get really bad because I immediately said, this lady's gold medal is preventing her tits from falling out. Well, it was. Like...
Okay, look, I gotta tell you something. Ariana Grace is an amazing character worker. She's golden. I think.
Immediately said Tino's daughter annoys the shit out of me.
And that's what she's supposed to do.
I guess.
Like it's the right heel character because it doesn't make you want to turn the TV off. It just annoys you slightly.
Yeah. The locker room having the logos on them, their little like logo things.
And it's the wrong person. It's the wrong person sitting at
it.
it.
The fucking wrong person. Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. But,
gotta make it work somehow, brother.
They randomly like plugged Mike Tyson's book for some reason.
Oh, I saw that. It's because it's on the CW network. All the old heads gotta see it.
Fuck me. Okay, that makes sense.
The 75-year-olds that watch the CW network.
Said,
Imagine a 75-year-old. Imagine a 75-year-old pulling up NXT and he just sees Lola Vice.
Dude, do you remember NXT 2.0? Apparently, like that was like over with the 65+ crowd. Do you remember that?
God.
Or like the first year that Vince had it under control, like it was like a big deal. Like it was, what the hell? Like in retirement homes and shit. Like I don't.
It's the first time they've got it up in 10 years.
That's gross. Okay. The elder millennial that had an amazing digital circus plush made me want to put a shotgun barrel in my eye.
What?
Did you not see when Tyra May Spears makes?
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That bitch looked like she was in her early 40s, and I'm like, that like makes me want to fucking kill myself.
This is wrestling.
Yeah, this is fucking wrestling, alright. Ariana Grace is like Toni Storm, but not over the top. That's kind of what you were just talking about, actually.
I like Toni Storm, though, too, so I don't...
I cannot fucking stand Toni Storm. I can't.
Well, listen here, brother. You're a mark. You're on Vince Russo's mark list. You care too much.
Yeah, professional wrestling is real.
It's real!
Oh my god, we've been doing this for almost 3 hours, and I feel like I've lost my fucking mind. Ariana Grace reminds me in gimmick of Gorgeous George, as in, so the old head wrestling fans don't get mad at me. It's not much of a gimmick, just besides I'm better than you.
Golly.
Crowd is silent. Ariana Grace's clothesline is terrible. This reminds me in a women's match in the 50s, not in a good way. I said, holy shit, this is boring.
I think it was still better than the fucking... What was it back on Raw? Fuck, I can't remember.
Versus
yeah.
Raquel.
Fuck.
Nah.
Just hit my mic.
I disagree. It was one out of 5. I'm like, this was... Like I said, it genuinely reminded me of a women's match in the 1950s. All it needed was a fucking airplane spin, and it would have been... like June Byers versus Mildred Burke for the NWA Women's title. Like,
oh, God.
Also,
speaking of which, you like my Swaggy P profile picture?
Okay.
That's a yes or no question.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Just
right.
Anything to keep this rolling at this point. JC Jane promo, and then the thing I wrote is, I haven't seen her since 2022, because it's true.
I think, okay, I got a quick take on this promo here.
Yeah.
I think it was a good oh damn, you're repeating. Okay. Damn. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I think it was a good promo, but I just hated something about it. And it wasn't character work wise. There was just something that I hated about it.
Well,
It might have just been the fact that Jasmine Nix was there. Like, that could be.
like this might upset some people, but I said JC Jane would win in a hot body weird face contest. Like, I know that's gonna get me heat already.
Give me a second, brother. Give me a second, brother.
Fuck it. I mean, am I wrong?
I had to take a pace around the living room for a second.
Oh my fucking god,
my
you're
God.
recording this in your living room? I'm recording this in my basement, so that oh, yeah, I said something about Booker T being the modern day Jerry Lawler, and that doesn't work in 2025 just because, you know, we've evolved as a society from that.
Yeah.
So it's, like, not great.
But
yeah,
something
see,
I
that's
just...
probably, like,
I don't know what it was. There was something about this promo that I fucking hated. Did you feel that way too?
No, first thing I put is, wow, this ain't it.
It wasn't a bad promo. Because what she was saying, like, made sense. It was
a good promo voice, though.
It's not her voice. I don't know. Something wasn't clicking. I don't know what it was.
Yeah. So I was
The lyricism, for lack of a better term, the lyricism was there.
the flow, dare I say, Mike.
Just something
The flow by Outkast was almost there. However, Aquemi's not a perfect album. Not as good as To Pimp a Butterfly. Hard 7 on this one.
There was just something I didn't like. I don't know. It might just be the fact that Jasmine Nix was there. Like, that might have just been.
Probably. You have such a bad grudge against her.
She fucking sucks. That's why.
Wrestling fans are fickle as hell. I need to see you wrestle because you sure as hell can't talk.
That's just rude.
I'm sorry. And then I put, because apparently Fallon Henley's one of the people in Fatal Influence, right?
Yeah, that's the cowgirl.
Yeah, I said Fallon Henley, the country chick. Why is she there?
That's who half the fucking IWC community jerks their little hog to.
I haven't been there in 2 years, idiot.
Like, that's who half the fucking IWC decides to just take their willy out in the middle of a fucking wrestling show and just start. Like,
that would be not my proudest, I guess.
Oh.
There was that one Evolve lady who was the
Lainey
first person to
Reed.
interrupt.
Lainey Reed.
Thank you, Lainey Reed.
I think
Oh,
her
that's right.
promo was nice too.
Nah, dude, she called JC Jane sweet cheeks, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's awesome. I love that shit. Cause nobody else is doing it. I like
and I
that.
said Lainey Reed can't even pronounce Stephanie Vaccare's name right. We're
Vacker or Vacker, whatever she said.
Vacker? That's what she said.
Vacker.
This is one that I don't think you're going to be able to put on the YouTube clip, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Ring, edit that one out.
Ring, that was a bad take. It's gotta go.
Golly. She does,
like,
though. Yeah.
She used to sound like fucking Minnie Mouse, but because of all the DMT she's taking or whatever, she sounds like fucking Vince now.
I think Jordan Grace is quite nice, though. I think she's quite good.
No, she is good. I'm just saying, she sounds like a... Also, what is with all these interruptions? There are like 7 people there. Jada Parker said, bitch, how incredibly rare.
No, she said she's the baddest bitch in this around here, and
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
Just the
but I
way
was
she
like,
the way Jada Parker delivers things. I don't know what it is. She's got so much charisma. Like,
you know what? That's fair.
she has so much fucking charisma, but she's so mid in the ring.
And then I immediately put, holy shit, this is for people with ADHD, because then people just kept coming out and kept coming out. And kept
Who
coming
all
out.
kept coming out? Like,
There were at least 8 people out there, by the way.
I know Lash Legend also came out. Lola Vice.
Oh,
Which-
she mentioned something like, shame for you, you wrestle like shit.
At least, like, Lola Vice being on my screen. Lola Vice and Jada Parker being on my screen, they kept me interested, you know?
Right.
But then we get into thou who shall not be named up on the
Thou
balcony.
Who are yet to be named.
Thou that doesn't have a name, thou that is just known as the Glamorous.
The glamour right now.
Uh,
Because they can trademark that, pal.
Juna be June.
But, you know, I thought it was funny that they all beat each other up before they all teamed up to beat up the champion. Like, I thought that was fucking stupid. Like, why would you go out there if you're not going to beat up JC? Whatever.
Mariah May looks so out of place.
She does.
It's like, I like the signing, and I'm sure she's gonna fit in well, but she just doesn't seem like a WWE wrestler.
Acquisition at all. No.
She just seems like an AEW talent through and through.
Right. It's just. It's
I
so
wish I
fucking
wish I
weird.
would have tuned into AEW with her on the show. Because
You weren't missing much. I mean, besides her almost scissoring Mina Shirakawa on the one pay-per-view.
now look.
Hey, that was great.
But
That was fucking fantastic. But like, you weren't missing much in that run. It was literally, she was all wrapped up in the Tony Storm shit, and I didn't like Tony Storm, so it wasn't.
I'm
my
just talking
thing.
about like recently, because what I saw from AEW tonight was nice. But
They had a fantastic match at Revolution. Tony and Mariah did before.
yeah, because they're awesome.
Mariah
They're
left.
both awesome in the ring. Regardless of what you think about Tony's character, they're both awesome.
No,
in
no,
the
no.
ring.
I agree. She's fantastic in the ring. That's why I would keep her. If we did like the roster review, I'd keep Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will.
All right. Any final thoughts on Mariah May? What do we?
I said Corey Graves coons to Mariah May when Carmella doesn't have makeup on. But then I just said, what a messy segment to debut Mariah in.
That's like, I don't know. I don't like how they're debuting a lot of these people.
Yeah, it was.
It
the
just
worst
doesn't
thing out.
give her any like. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a grouchy old man, but like, just doesn't seem like a good way to debut her.
Yeah, it was
There's
a
just
0
better
out of
way.
5.
There's better ways. You could have just had her interrupt JC alone,
Right.
and then her promo wasn't good either. Even though it was like 2 sentences, it wasn't good.
So you mentioned that Stevie Turner lady, right?
Yeah, I know she shows up on television.
She's labeled as Evolve Prime Minister.
That's kind of cool. I don't mind it.
Well, I put that in a bunch of question marks because I was like, what?
She's English, so
That Prime Minister is crazy.
yeah. I don't mind it though. I think that's cool because it's different.
Evolve Women's Champion Kelly Armstrong has a very wooden delivery.
I don't
Like,
mind her.
He had like 2 lines, and it was like, "Hey guys, how are you going to stop me, the champion, Kelly Armstrong?" I'm like, "You suck."
Speaking of which, apparently the Evolve champion was crowned tonight. Let's see who it was.
Shawn Legacy. My money's on Shawn Legacy.
Was it Sean Legacy? If it's Sean... No, it was Jackson Drake, a person from the Vasectomy Project.
Oh my god.
The worst option
that
there,
just-
by the way. The worst option there. You had Keanu Carver, who has all the tools. I bet you the only reason Keanu Carver didn't win it is because he told people that the Samoans can suck his dick.
Correct. Yeah.
Keanu Carver is the best person in Evolve, and he's not going to get an opportunity because he
opportunity because
decided to actually voice his own opinion on things, which you're not allowed to do in WWE, by the way.
Right, that's a very bad thing to do in WWE. They were talking about Ricky Starks' crushed larynx, but they got like really medical and like technical with it. And
Yeah, I
like,
saw the picture.
stop.
It looks so bad. Like, that was a
I'm
terrible,
like, stop doing
like,
okay, so now we're going into the 8-man tag match, and then we'll get into the main event.
that
we're
shit
so
was,
close to the end of it.
I can't stand the vasectomy project, man. Like, I can't.
Sean Legacy looks like my 2K19 My Career Caw, who was named Sean Cactus, by the way, so it's pretty darn close.
I have never seen Shawn Legacy a day in my life. Is he supposed to be like a big star?
I have no clue, and I do not care.
Like, he looked decent.
No, he looks fine. He looks fine.
He looks like
It's
a
just-
pretty decent future mid-carder on main, but
yeah. Like,
they're treating him like he's God, which I don't know about that one, OG.
yeah, like I mean, he lost to Powerhouse Hobbs in like 3 seconds on an episode of Dark once. So
Ooh, nice. Anyways, my favorite wrestler on the planet, Javon Evans, was in this match, and I feel like he looked really good.
yeah, I think here's my notes. Nobody gives a shit about Dragon Lee or the LWO in 2025.
But we like Dragon Lee as a wrestler.
Right. Mr. Iguana's gimmick is that he carries a puppet iguana with him.
That's so fucking sick. I don't care. That's an awesome gimmick.
For one of the vasectomy projects, Corey Graves had a fantastic live on commentary where he said, once Brad Baylor hits puberty, he can be a superstar. He looks like he's like 14. Like,
I swear to God,
great.
I could go to my local middle school, pick one random white kid out, and just put him in the vasectomy project, and it'd make sense.
Probably.
He'd fit in. Like, God, I'd hate the vasectomy project.
And then there was a lot of stuff from Corey Graves I highlighted. Him mentioning When Worlds Collide in '94, like that's like actually like what a wrestling analyst is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like that's incredible. That was great. Ethan Page completely knocked the face off of Laredo Kid with one of those big boots.
But Laredo Kid has a mask on.
Whatever he did. Brad Baylor.
Terrible
compared to
name, by the
everybody
way.
else- Oh, I don't even know if that was his name. I didn't pay enough attention.
What about
He
Brad
has
Baylor?
such a
then?
long. He has such a long way to go. Jackson Drake, I actually was very impressed by. I liked him.
Yeah, Jackson Drake's good. I don't mind him. I saw him in DPW. He's pretty okay.
Javon Evans doesn't have a good chop.
But I will say, Jackson Drake does have a pretty long way to go. But that's why he's in Evolved.
dude.
That's why he's in Evolved.
Nah, dude. Brad Baylor looks awful. Everybody else looked like they were supposed to be there.
Who was the other swipe right degenerate besides Brad Bailey?
I have no clue.
Ricky something. Ricky something.
Laredo Kid like completely missed one of the Varsity Project guys.
You mean vasectomy project?
Yeah, but he like wasn't even close.
Yeah, Laredo Kid had a couple botches in this match.
He's an older guy,
wait.
isn't he?
Are you talking about the spot where he was diving to the outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. But then he hit a beautiful, I think it was an Asai moonsault.
Saw right after.
Yeah, he's definitely incredible.
But I prefer things like them like making their way into it instead of everybody just kicking out of finishers.
Yeah.
I think that's really nice.
Laredo Kid's
more
38, by the
dives.
way, since you were asking if he's older. He's 38.
That's what I thought. I thought he was older. More dives, more flippy stuff. At least they didn't miss talking about the Laredo Kid. They had a great forearm exchange. And I
Oh,
liked
speaking of
Dragon Lee's
which,
finish.
let me just throw this out there with all the flippy stuff.
Yeah.
At least it's in a controlled space, and it's not every match.
Dude, they do that outside dive spot like in every single match.
No, what I'm talking about is like it entirely being flippy.
I guess, but like, dude, can you imagine like comparing it to like La Parka and Juventud Guerrera and Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero and Jericho and Malenko. Oh my god.
It's better than all those, you old head. We're done with the 90s.
Dude, we should watch When Worlds Collide from AAA, and yeah, you'll see.
Yeah, I will. Anyways, back to
Yes.
the 8-man.
So I said it was a perfect 2 out of 5, perfectly average for TV match.
It could have been better, but
No, it was perfectly good for what TV is.
yeah.
Right before the main event, Tatum Paxley was on a drunken bender with a naked Barbie doll for some reason.
That's her gimmick, and she's awesome.
No, you have to explain to me.
You just haven't. You haven't seen the lore. That's all.
What gimmick? What gimmick
Now,
are you talking?
Now, hear me out though. The people that goon to her need help because she's a child with, her gimmick is being a child, basically. A goth teenager who has an obsession with dolls.
Anyway, it's fucking stupid. Either way, I don't like it. Yeah, even though the basis of her gimmicks have been weird, she's great. Good to know.
I think she's got a lot of potential if she just gets a little more normal. Also, the storyline they're running right now is that all of her friends got fired, and now she's lonely.
Wow, that's really tasteful and totally a healthy, normal thing to do.
Because they fired the other hot goth alt bitches, and now it's just her.
Wow, that's... You sure you don't want to take a look back on that one, Triple H? You 100% on that? Because I'd rather see somebody else than, a fucking person with a Barbie doll. Genuinely.
Anyways, back to what we were doing.
Okay, main event. Trick Williams versus Mike Santana.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't talk about the Mike Santana promo.
He's technically not part of the company, so why am I going to do that?
But earlier on, that promo was awesome. I think that was the best promo of the night.
It was good. No, well, of course it was, yeah.
Maybe the best promo I've watched so far.
Probably. Trick Williams versus Mike Santana. I said shame that Santana and Ortiz aren't friends anymore because LAX at Worlds Collide would have been nuts.
This match was good. I liked this match.
I
didn't like the finish, but
and then I put there's Elias.
That might be Elias.
By the way, Vic Joseph at some point, instead of saying WWE post show, he said WWE piss show, and that made me laugh way harder than it should have.
I love you, Vic Joseph. Never change.
This is a fucking piss show, dude.
I didn't mind this NXT show.
Trick Williams, incredibly over, natural. Mike Rome looks like a rejected Costco swirl ice cream. I like what they're doing with Trick's heel run. There was an awkward beginning. I don't know. These two didn't have good chemistry. They really don't.
They don't have good chemistry, but I don't think the match was bad.
It was very clunky, and it was off. The second half, I feel like, improved a lot.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
The backwards roll into an RKO was nuts. They're picking up with this finish, is what I said. The trick kick is unbelievable. That's great. I was going to make a couple of points before the ending here. I think NXT has the most diverse audience, not just about race, but age, too.
Yeah.
When you look at the crowd.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I feel like NXT's the easiest show to watch for the casual viewer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't have to go in and know every single twist and turn. You just kind of watch it and you know what you're gonna get. It's easy to watch.
Every single person on the card has something to do every show.
Yeah, for the most part.
That's really, really good. There was another Vic Joseph quote where it was by the tip of Trick's finger. And I was going to put by the tip of Trick's willy, just to, screw with you.
I love Trick's willy.
Then Trick Williams did the Jeff Jarrett spot on the stairs when he bashed the guitar.
Yeah, I saw that. That was nice.
Top dollar in my...
Flop dollar! Flop dollar!
Dude, even fucking Casey Navarro, dude. Whatever.
What was it? First class trick or whatever? Here's the thing. I'm gonna get heat for this. But I like that he has that gimmick. I like that he's paired with those two, even though I don't like those two. I think it fits.
A shit about top dollar in the
about flop dollar.
You should not be employed by any wrestling company, period.
Every now and again I go back and watch the dive spot.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't? I do it 4 times a year.
Whenever I feel like I'm not good enough for things, I go back and watch that and realize he got employed by the World Wrestling Entertainment Company, so I can do anything I put my mind to.
Employed by the World Wrestling Entertainment Company.
Yeah.
What a man.
It's an awesome way of words, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then God, what was the What am I thinking? Oh. Then the other thing was Vic Joseph isn't a good commentator. That was 1.5 stars out of 5.
I don't think Vic Joseph is bad. I like Vic Joseph.
I liked NXT better than Raw.
I like Vic Joseph more than I like most commentators. But I will say Vic Joseph is better on a 2-man crew than a 3-man.
Well, no shit. Everybody's better on it. Jim Ross is better on a 2-man crew than a 3-man crew.
No, duh. It's Jim Ross.
Well, I know, but dude.
Anyways, back to what we were saying. Let's stop beefing. Remember, we don't need this to be a 7-hour episode, even though it is.
It's gonna be a 7-hour.
It's gonna be a 7-hour episode.
We've already been talking for 3 fucking hours.
Well, technically, it's only been an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh my god! I could have watched the entirety of Grown Ups 2, you jackass.
Anyways, final thoughts on NXT.
I liked it better than Raw, I guess, but it's not by much.
Low bar.
It had 2 really good matches. It also had my least favorite segment. And now I have to watch apparently 4 hours of AEW. And
then some Impact, yeah.
Plus I have to watch TNA Plus, then fucking Smackdown, and then Worlds Collide, and then it just never ends. It never fucking ends.
You also got to watch Stardom in New Japan this week.
No, fuck you. I'm leaving Stardom to you.
Don't forget about MLW.
If you actually make me watch NWA or some shit, I might actually end it
I might watch it. I might watch it if I care, but
that's not okay.
I don't think I'm gonna watch it.
No fucking way. We're not gonna do this for 8 hours because
there's only so much wrestling I can watch. I think we might be pushing it with NWA.
I think we're pushing it with New Japan. Period. You could have just said every North American promotion.
I don't think we are. Because New Japan, I've heard some good things about New Japan.
From who? People on the Vince Russo mark list?
Okay. Yep. But then again, we're on the Vince Russo mark list.
You know, if we are putting these as episode titles, you could literally just put the first fucking episode title called "Same as It Ever Was," because it truly does feel like the same as it ever was and will be. All right. Anyway,
here we go.
Noah,
That's
your final thoughts.
Wait, hold on. Let me pin that right quick. So my final thoughts on NXT. I liked it a lot more than I liked Raw because I actually remembered the things that happened on the show.
That's true.
Like 2 hours after the fact, I remembered everything. Like, I just remembered everything. I will say,
I smell everything.
I will say, get Flop Dollar off my screen, and get the Vasectomy Project off my screen. The Vasectomy Project might be worse than Flop Dollar.
That's wrong. They could work. They could possibly work. You just have to give it time.
Well, I'm not giving them time because they look like kids from the local middle school.
Fucking Brad Baylor. Ricky Smokes is the third guy.
Ricky Smokes. What a name.
Brad Baylor. You know
They
it's
look
bad
like fraternity dropouts who enrolled at Alcoholics Anonymous and now they're WWE superstars. All right, so we're back. Day 2 of the wrestling watching. I'm already losing my mind.
It has hurt me so bad that I thought I was taking notes for AEW Collision, only to find out I fell asleep 30 minutes into Collision, and I was dreaming like that CM Punk and Ricky Starks came back. It was so nice. It was so nice. And then I woke up and then I realized, oh my god, my finger has been on the R button for the last hour and a half, and I gotta erase all of the R's. There were like 200 pages worth of R's.
And instead of CM Punk and Ricky Starks, you were getting AR Fox versus Lee Johnson versus Nick Wayne versus Sammy. Get him off my screen, Guevara.
Yeah, and I didn't get to watch it because I went to sleep. It was awesome.
Well, I had the displeasure of watching a good bit of it. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the whole match. I was, peeping in and out of it because that was around the time that we were doing the first recording.
Yeah,
so...
yeah, that was when you had the, oh my god, Adam Cole just hit whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Adam
You're
Cole
still going at midnight?
Oh, by the way, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. AEW had an overrun on a 4-hour show.
On both of their 2-hour shows.
I hate my life.
Bro.
Like... Oh.
How do you... This guy is so dedicated to getting the bag, but at this point I was just like, I can't do it anymore.
TBS gotta be pissed off. Like...
Well, of course. They're like, nobody watches this shit anymore. Let's just put it all in one block.
And then we got... Modern Family was more entertaining than Collision, but...
Well, yeah, because you were like, oh yeah, Modern Family's got some bad bits for no reason.
But anyways, Dynamite was pretty damn good, I'd say.
It was fine. It's better than most of the other Dynamites that I've seen this year. I've been watching very inconsistently. Probably watch like once a month.
I think it was definitely better than Raw. I think we can at least agree on that 100%.
one. No, yeah.
Raw was...
I think NXT was the better overall show, but...
Raw was a rough sit through, and it's Friday, by the way. I've already watched SmackDown. Peyton has not. I think if SmackDown didn't have that ending, SmackDown would be the best show I've watched so far, but because it had that ending, I think Dynamite is the best show this week. Up to this point.
Yeah, by the way, you guys, I have to watch, I think, 9 hours of wrestling tomorrow.
Golly. It just depends on how long the 4-match card is for Money in the Bank.
If not, at best, I will hold off Worlds Collide until Sunday and make Noah's Sunday night a living hell. But that's at best.
Typical of you. Anyway. AEW Dynamite!
Oh, yeah. So I started this off with a very blanket statement, and I said AEW fans are the most obnoxious people on earth because, they were cut into the first road and it's all the fat neck beards. And, we were talking about how diverse the NXT audience is. AEW's Dynamite's got to be the least.
God bless.
Fat, mother living neckbeards and trolls who live in their basement clacking on their keyboards going, well, actually, Kenny Omega is the greatest wrestler alive, and you just can't see it. But I digress.
You like my breathing into the mic? Anyway,
thankfully I never heard it. Anyway. So
Dynamite.
We opened with the Will Ospreay promo. And,
we opened with a Will Ospreay promo?
Yes.
Did we? Okay, that's what opened.
Yeah. And the first thing I noticed is AEW, I think, is running smaller arenas than TNA is now at this point.
I don't know.
It's got to be close. Because there could not have been more than 2,000 people in there.
Wait. I'm looking at my notes here, and it says that we got a Toni Storm promo as well.
Oh, yeah, but she had like a 30-second thing where she's like, oh, my tits will be taped and we'll have a good time or whatever. And I'm like, okay.
I love Toni Storm, bro. I can't not.
I fucking hate Toni's. I can't. Well, I like her in-ring work. We talked about this. I love her in-ring work. Fantastic.
Some of the shit she just said,
at all.
The one-liners she has is just amazing. I think my favorite one is when she's talking about Megan Bade and she says that woman has enough thigh meat that I thought I was getting robbed at Thanksgiving.
Oh my fucking god, that has to be a Jim Cornette line. That's fucking brilliant. I didn't know that. That's incredible. I love that line.
That's my favorite one yet.
That's fantastic.
I love her one-liners, so, you know.
No, but yeah, I didn't even write that down because I'm like, all I'm gonna say is like, I fucking hate Toni Storm's character right now, but.
We are so different. That's what makes this amazing.
I think this is the point of this.
We're so different yet the same.
Why did I put hurry up tech guy in my note? Oh, because they were like, we're gonna play a video from last week's Collision. Tony Schiavone is stupid, like, and then Will is like, okay. Then they wait for like an awkward time, awkwardly long time, like 30 seconds of TV time wasted.
There was a lot of awkward commercial breaks and just a lot of awkward things this week.
But Ospreay, I'm gonna give credit. I'm gonna be nice. He's thinking like a real person would in this situation, in this very unrealistic situation. But you know what I'm talking about, where it's like, okay, these two guys fucking want to kill each other, and Hangman and Swerve, but we got a bigger cause here. So for the sake of us, we're gonna go against the Death Riders, then kill each other.
Yeah. I will say I'm starting to like Will Ospreay a lot more than I used to. Because
he's good.
I'm not blindly just hating on him anymore. I think he's okay. I still don't think he's the best wrestler in the world. Probably never will.
Dude,
but
Dave Meltzer masturbating over Will Ospreay is not worth it, gang.
I think he's all right. I was doing a little bit of too much hating on him.
Yeah,
he's not that
all
bad.
right.
All right, let's just go ahead.
And then
let's get into the match. I know about the Action Andretti thing, but
no. There's other things I wanted to mention.
Go ahead.
He also was like, well, the reason why AEW is getting their momentum back is because of me, because of Toni Storm, and because of and it just didn't fucking end. I'm like, gang, AEW does not have momentum. This is not the time. No, dude, you gotta, so like, somebody, like, you know, because MJF's in the movie, right?
Yeah.
So somebody's like, MJF finally made it, and it's like, who the hell is that? Like, some guy commented. It's like, oh, wrestler in we're the best wrestle AEW, and then an E-drone comes in and goes, no, WWE's better. And then the original guy who said, who's that? Is like, AEW? I've never heard of it. What network is it on?
Turner Broadcasting.
No, but like, that's what like most people would think.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, 1.5 out of 5 for the AEW, because then Action Andretti and Leo Rush show up, and they were terrible. Get them off my screen. This has gone from good to, man, this isn't great. Only issue is it felt like an opening from Raw in 2018 where some random tag team would go and interrupt like Roman Reigns or something.
Yeah.
Like fucking Dolph Ziggler would come out there and be like, Roman, you think you're the best? Well, you clearly haven't faced me before. We're World Heavyweight Champion Dolph Ziggler. Ugh. Anyway.
Let's get into the first match.
Well, the Briscoe promo was good. It would have been cool if they didn't already announce the match happening, because the ending was him announcing that the match was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck was that all about?
This job shit blowing me for the switch to morning. I love Raid, bro. Look at Renaissance right quick, bro.
I think I'm blind, bro. Alright. Jesus Christ, dude. Can we get back on topic now?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, man. This has been like 10 minutes. Alright, Jon Moxley versus Mark Briscoe. First thing I noticed during Moxley's entrance is you can see everyone's nipples through their shirts in this group, male or female.
Oh, like, God.
Like, you can see John's, you can see Marina's, you can see Wheeler's, you can see Claudio's.
Why?
I'm being so for real, bro.
Why?
And then I said, Moxley's cut. Glad he got into shape for this big run. Oh. And then Excalibur said, well, Jon Moxley accepted this match because he has respect for the Briscoe brothers. And, Jon Moxley is like the opposite of the Briscoe brothers in like every way, shape, and form.
Okay, so let's do a double take. Mark Briscoe versus Jon Moxley.
Okay, so we got the nipple thing in, so we can do that.
Oh my God.
Well, I didn't want to repeat myself, you know.
This is gonna be hell. Anyways,
okay, yeah. Excalibur doing the call for Jon Moxley, saying, "Oh, well, he has respect for the Briscoe brothers. That's why he agreed to do this match." And I'm like, dude, Jon Moxley and the Briscoe brothers are like the polar opposite in every way, shape, form, like physically possible. Like, Jon Moxley is a homeless, fit bum from Cincinnati, where the Briscoe brothers are trailer park trash from the middle of nowhere in Delaware that could legitimately kill and eat me. I said Wheeler Yuta looks like a caveman.
Wheeler Yuta is a stick figure in real life.
He is so fucking bad, but nobody's gonna admit it. Anyway.
Yes, we know. Wheeler Yuta. Wheeler
useless.
Wheeler Poopy is so bad.
But, yeah, there wasn't any pop for Mark Briscoe, so that sucked.
Mark Briscoe should be the top star of AEW. Argue with a wall. You liberals,
yeah.
Golly.
Okay, never mind. No, I don't care if I just sounded like that. He could have been the top babyface in the company. Like,
no, I agree.
Right after Jay passed, could you imagine if they did a title program with MJF? Holy shit!
Oh my God! Imagine they gave him Christian Cage.
Oh man! Oh no! You just man!
Oh, thank you, Tony.
I was just thinking about your brother. As a matter of fact,
Stop! No. Cut the cameras. All right, here we go.
All right. So the match actually felt like an old school fight.
I loved it.
Like it could have been on Jim Crockett TV in the late '80s. Like, it was fantastic. Moxley's strikes were hitting. Mark Briscoe, I thought he was gonna do like the dive spot that I hate so much, but then he ended up kicking Moxley through the ropes, which was sick. It was a little slow. That was my only complaint.
But I feel like it felt like a real fight.
Well, real fights, I don't know.
As real as you can get in AEW.
Yeah, I guess. And I said there's no John Moxley bullshit. That's what I said. There's no. Briscoe was bleeding, but he wasn't, which I was shocked. Shocked. Seriously.
I mean, it tells a good story.
I said, yeah, it's so simple but so effective.
Tells a good story.
The trading forearms look like shit, but nobody can do that right.
Who does that right today? Like, who?
Nobody. Genuinely nobody. I think Mitsuharu Misawa might dead ass be like the last person ever who lived who could do that properly.
All right.
No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no.
John Moxley has never been an MMA badass. Stop pretending he is. I'm talking about fucking Excalibur on commentary.
Oh, golly.
Yeah, he's got such a hard program in jiu-jitsu. And I'm like, no, he fucking does. He got choked out by the Walmart cashier. Tough badass Moxley decided to enter a jiu-jitsu tournament and got fucking choked out in 30 seconds in the first round.
Let's look up John Moxley Walmart and see what happens.
Wait, I think it was a Walmart cashier. It's gonna be John Moxley wrestling at a random Walmart in like 2006.
Oh my god, you're right. No.
I wasn't surprised.
Gosh. Okay, anyways, John Moxley wins with that shitty little submission hold.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
Wheeler Yuta looks skinny as hell. Wheeler Yuta is a stick figure. Wheeler Yuta needs to get the fuck off my screen.
He lost to a Whataburger employee, by the way.
Oh, let's look up John Moxley Whataburger. Let's see if he's had a match there.
That's what it was.
John Moxley lost another jiu-jitsu match. This time, a Whataburger employee.
Fragile body, fragile ego, fragile mind.
Anyways, let's stop offending people. So, anyways, the next thing, Mercedes Moné, aka, or wait, no, not Mercedes Moné, retake. Sasha Banks makes her entrance.
So we're really moving. We didn't even do the ratings for this thing, bro.
I mean, it was good. We already got it out of the way. We said it was pretty great. I liked it.
I mean, it was 3 out of 5. The only thing I got mad about was, of course, Moxley is the first person in AEW to kick out of the J Driller because he's like, "Yeah, man, I'm so hard and badass. We're gonna kick out of your brother's move." Such a
nobody should have fucking kicked out of that move, but
yeah. All right. Anyway. Yeah,
Sasha Banks.
Mercedes Moné makes. Oh yeah, Sasha Banks makes her entrance. I put the TV on mute, by the way, for this because I did not want to hear her on commentary. So
she was not on comment. Oh, I mean, she talked a little bit, but.
Well, and then her headset went out, and then I saw.
She was just eating a steak.
Yeah, I saw that she had a steak and a massive glass of wine, which is what I should have had.
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty cool. I think.
I'd rather be.
For her character, I think that's pretty cool. Even though I'm the biggest Sasha Banks hater on this planet, but I think that was alright. It's good character work. At the least.
Good character work to have a fucking steak. Anyway.
Well, that's her fucking character. She's obnoxious and a fucking dickbag.
The first thing I put for Mina's entrance is I miss her polka music.
I wish I could polka something else, brother.
Yeah, okay, her AEW theme is buns though. She used to have German polka
Can we talk about the Gooner bait in this match?
Oh my fucking god, dude.
But take a step back. Seriously, there was only one reason that this was a match.
It was literally so Tony could jack his little peener. His microscopic little balls, bro.
Mita Shirakawa and Tony Storm versus Sky Blue and Julia Hart.
I mean,
I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm complaining at the wrestling quality because it wasn't a good match.
It was
but
fucking terrible. Mercedes Moné was texting the $100 simps. She'd rather just text her like simps than watch this match.
one was probably in attendance tonight.
Mina and Sky had a very good opening for this. They had a very solid.
Yeah,
thing.
because they're good. They're good when they're not forced to do stupid shit.
By the way, they were talking about the steak at one point, and Riccaboni said, "Man, I can smell the steak from here." And then Taz says, "Boy, I can smell something else from here."
It's probably the body odor from the AEW crowd.
Well, that's true, but like, I think it was funny as shit. I laughed really hard at that.
He popped you, brother.
He did. Illegal tag from Julia Hart. Sky Blue's clothesline looked terrible. Mina Shirakawa, I think, got concussed or something, because that looked terrible. That looked
If she
so
got
bad.
concussed, good job on her, because she finished pretty well for somebody with a concussion.
Well,
if she
that's
did.
what I'm.
I don't
that's
think
what
she
I'm
did.
Thinking, because, like, bro, go back and watch how how she takes the.
Hey, you just misgendered her, you bigot.
But go back and watch how she takes the dual finisher that Sky Blue and Julia Hart have. It's unbelievable. It's like, it's terrible. The camera angles almost missed the finish, so that's not great.
Yeah. By the way, they did the almost kissing spot.
Oh, Tony Storm can't throw a punch.
Nobody can anymore, dude. Like, nobody fucking can.
It was 1.5 stars for me. The almost kissing spot, at least they didn't actually, like, mac out and...
That would have been better. That would have improved the rating for me.
It would have been stupid.
I mean, that's probably what Tony wanted, but then he realized, oh, shoot, brother, I'm running an actual television show. Gotta make sure...
Yeah, I'm not making a porno.
We don't do that one. I wish we got that, but... Instead, we're watching television.
Oh my god. My conclusion in all of this is that Tony Khan should not book the women's division.
I agree.
And
it should have been better, because the four people involved are all good, so it should have been better.
This is something that I'm going to say something very progressive for once. Something woke.
Oh, you liberal. Go ahead.
But, like, I think an actual woman should book the women's division.
Oh. No! How dare you!
Destroyed by my epic wokeness.
God, you're so woke. Nah, you're right. You're right.
No, gang, listen, bro.
Either
Especially on AEW.
Either a woman or
AEW,
somebody with common sense. Either way.
Yeah, because Kenny Omega doesn't have fucking common sense when it came to the women's division. That's why Tony was like, okay, give me that.
Golly.
So, yeah, I just, like, rather... This was a decent segment until it wasn't. MJF doing the thing with Ospreay, the little backstage. I liked that.
Yeah.
I mean, he has revived his stock.
Man, I love this MJF character right now, bro.
Dude,
it's so awesome.
I thought he was gonna fall off so hard.
You're forgetting he's like one of the only good heels in the world, so...
The world.
He was gonna find his way back.
The Hurt Syndicate's aura is, like, completely unmatched by anybody.
They are so awesome. I love the Hurt Syndicate.
It's unbelievable. It's so good.
Bobby Lashley is just so... Bobby Lashley, I think, has the most aura in wrestling right now. It's either him or Penta.
Like, dude, can you imagine looking at him, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin and saying, we don't have room for you in this company? How? How is that?
Fuck me in the ass and call me a prostitute.
What? Okay, nuts. Okay.
Do you think they're going to bring in Cedric Alexander? I know he's rumored to go to, I think, TNA.
Well, You know, it'd be really funny if he said no.
I'm going to TNA.
That'd be like kind of funny, but like I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's see. So, what was the other thing? Oh, MVP kept like apparently Bobby Lashley and Shelton were supposed to switch spots because he called Shelton Bobby like multiple times.
Maybe it was just him, but I think
said he pointed at the wrong guy. What a jackass!
I think it makes it just better. I don't know why. I feel like those subtle mistakes make promos better.
But
maybe I'm in the minority on that, but
the other thing was MVP was like, we're the best tag team in the world, in the promotion, in the entire area. Nobody could beat us. And I'm like, nah, fam, the Legion of Doom would fucking snap your necks, but whatever.
Would they know?
Now, Lashley and Benjamin, it would be close. But the sheer power of cocaine, especially on Raw.
Stop! Stop! That's offensive. Stop!
No, it's not. No, it's not. 'Cause it gives them more power. It's like Kurt Angle with Vicodin, bro.
Stop!
Fuck up. Let me explain this.
He's not supposed to be Perk Angle anymore. He's Peak Angle.
Peak Angle, right. Well, I didn't say the other one, did I?
You're right.
But the point is, don't do drugs, kids, unless they help your performance. Then definitely.
No! No!
Okay. All right. That'll stop.
We're back. Anyway,
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I said, oh, thank God MJF's wrestling more, because he was like, oh, yeah, I have to, like, wrestle more, which I don't like, but I'm gonna have to do it. And I'm like, okay, great.
That was my favorite part of the promo.
But, dude, they kept chanting at this point, and it's getting on my nerves. Like, I know I get on the WWE for censoring a lot of stuff, but the fact that they have uncensored, shut the fuck up.
I like that.
On cable TV?
Yeah.
Dude. No. That's a lot of money that you're costing TBS and AEW right there.
Listen here, you liberal. You liberal.
Every fuck that isn't signed off by the FCC costs them like $20K.
Well, I mean, you see how much money TKO is in debt. I can only imagine how much money AEW is in debt.
They lost $600 million last year. Anyway.
Whoa, WWE is gonna break that one and then some.
Yep. What else did I have? MJF versus Mystico. I was very confused about that.
I think that has some potential just because of how, we can get a reminder of that MAGA JF gimmick that was going on.
Dude, which he stole from Jeff Jarrett 10 years before. Boo. He did it better, though. Anyway. Oh, I said, oh, god damn it, here comes Outlaw Mike Bailey.
Oh, I can't stand Commander Mike Bailey, but Kevin Knight's tough.
And then Commander said, you disrespect Mystico, you disrespect my country, and you disrespected me. And I'm like, how did he disrespect you? You never mentioned your name, bro.
Because he disrespected Mexico, brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'm just... Alright, I'm good.
Hey! We're not allowed to say that word.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm mentally deficient in multiple areas. I do not have cognitive function in some areas.
I like how this series is just gonna be me trying to censor you saying the most abhorrent things. No, come on, no, that makes it sound really bad, and I don't want to be known as that. Anyways, we get into the match.
Oh my God, you're gonna be like, I know this is gonna lead into something like at like 1:30. Like, dude, please, you have to keep my channel monetized. You're gonna be like, for the love of God, Peyton, you gotta stop saying the most stupid shit possible. Like, really. Oh, I started laughing when Mike Bailey started doing his little French-Canadian accent. Thought he was tough. And then MVP just started dying. He started corpsing over how bad it was.
Remember, they haven't earned the shot at the title yet.
But, yeah, the ending kind of fell off. It's like 8th graders beating up 5th graders, so, you know, kind of
It's like high schoolers beating up elementary schoolers.
Yeah, that's better.
Anyways,
I mean,
the match kind of stinks.
Okay, here we go. 6-man tag between Shitball, Commander, and Kevin Knight versus Roosh, Dralistico, and The Beast, and apparently a law degree. You know Mordos has a law degree in Mexico? He's a certified lawyer?
Hell yeah, dude. Like,
I'm not joking. That's
hell yeah.
like a real thing.
That's fire.
Cool.
I like that.
Yeah, it is fire.
And he's good in the
Roosh
ring, too.
has-
I like Mordos.
Roosh has a fantastic headbutt, dude. But, I mean, I know it's because he just beats the shit out of people for real. But,
Yeah.
Mike Bailey's kicks look really bad. Kevin Knight his selling is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, because
Dude,
Kevin Knight
Mordos-
is incredible. Kevin Knight is the
Mordos
future.
bounces him off the table, and Knight just sells it like $1 million, and it wasn't overboard.
Kevin Knight's a star. That's one thing you're going to take away from this. Me and Peyton, we give the cosign to Kevin Knight.
Okay. I believe that Kevin Knight, if he goes somewhere, or if he can learn properly, he will be easily, in 5 to 10 years, a top guy.
I think he already is. He just needs to be given the opportunity.
But, yeah,
How many botches did you count, by the way? we were talking.
Commander Botch #1. I didn't even write what he did.
Just let me know how many. We don't need to get specific. We just need to know how many.
Well, I didn't write it. I just said Commander Botches every time.
Oh.
Roosh doesn't like any of these clowns, which means I like him.
Even though Roosh is kind of a clown in and of himself.
Nah, Roosh was the guy who beat up Jack Perry before CM Punk did. I'm cool with him.
Wasn't he also part of the whole Stephanie Vicaire thing, though?
I don't know. I'm not indie like that anymore.
Let's look that up.
This
Okay.
looks so...
I'm reading something right quick before we
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
So AEW's Roosh, Jalistico, and others are attending and encouraging people to go to the protest for Quattro's absolution, who is currently in jail for attempted femicide on his ex-girlfriend, Stephanie Vicaire.
Okay, yeah, no, fuck Roosh.
Yeah. I knew it was something weird, and he's going to keep his job, but...
That's worse than I thought, actually. Well, now that makes me feel bad, because I also gave praise to Dralistico in this match at one point. Anyway, this looked... There was a dive spot that looked so choreographed and fake.
I feel like I know the one you're talking about.
There was actual, like, blocking involved. Like, if you know theater, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There shouldn't be blocking in professional wrestling. Like, that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And I said these bunch of jokers are about making viral moments instead of making a believable wrestling match.
That's what wrestling is, though. That's what the world is.
I was talking about Commander walking the ropes, and I was talking about... Then there was the one where he hits the Poison Rana on friggin' Mordos.
Poison Rana! Poison Rana!
Yeah, okay. Trading forearms and chops. These guys shouldn't be on TV. Roosh and Kevin Knight have potential. Oh, let's do a little side tangent about Aubrey Edwards.
Oh, good lord.
Because, like, she is the worst referee in potentially wrestling history. No, third worst.
I've never, what? I have seen plenty of referees worse in WWE, just specifically.
No, first off, Aubrey Edwards blocked me on Twitter because I told her she looks like a horse.
Well, that's just you being rude. That's your fault.
Well, it's not. It's if he says like some fat bitch, I'm gonna block him. I'm not joking.
Peyton, I'm all gas, no brakes. You got what I mean? Alright, so what were we saying about Aubrey Edwards? You were saying that she looked like a horse.
Oh, yeah, well, yes. Oh. You saying it out of context makes it sound so much worse.
Because it is. It's horrible of you.
It is. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, Aubrey. I'm sure you're a nice woman in real life. I know you are. You've done some very good things for a bunch of LGBTQ charities.
That was old Peyton. Peyton has evolved recently.
Well,
kind of.
No, this was 2 years ago, so this is pretty close. It was pretty darn close.
Well, I'm in his life now, so I can kind of control and monitor. That sounds horrible. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, come on. You're not helicopter dad. Leave me alone, bro. But anyway...
I feel like we've said anyways about 36 times so far. But anyways, 37.
Aubrey Edwards makes everything about herself and her stupid fucking facial expression. I cannot stand when she makes them, bro. You go back and watch this match, and oh my god.
That's every ref these days, brother.
Well, Jessica Carr in the WWE is also bad with that. Same with the short, buff guy in the WWE.
Well, they all went to the school of Earl Hebner jerking off to wrestling. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. That was just kind of me trying to make a shock funny joke, and it just didn't work.
Oh, that was weird. Where was I?
Didn't you just say Jessica Carr looked like a horse?
No, idiot! I said Jessica Carr.
Wait, no, not Jessica Carr. Aubrey Edwards.
Yes, I did say that.
Okay, Ring, edit that little tangent out. But keep the horse part in.
No, Ring, you gotta explain that she has an equestrian frame. Like,
just move on. Just move on. We're not making this better.
You're right. It's rumored that after she saw that tweet, she went, "Nay!"
Shut up! Okay, we're just gonna skip this match entirely. It sucked.
No. That's all I had. That's all I had after that. There was a triple flip spot. Botchmander. He did like 2 in a row. Botchmander. Never mind, he did 3 in a row. Commander can't take a good bump. Jurlistico's finisher is unbelievable. You know what I'm talking about? That was nuts.
Was it the crucifix driver?
That was insane. I've never seen that before.
Jurlistico's awesome.
Commander.
Besides, Jurlistico's awesome. Besides the whole Stephanie situation.
Yeah, well, this match fucking sucked. But the UFO by Kevin Knight, oh my god. Oh, man.
Kevin Knight make you feel something, bro.
Dude, UFO, that is one of the best frog splashes I've ever seen.
Kevin Knight is tough, man. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, a normal individual won't understand, but, like, Kevin Knight makes you tingle inside, bro. Okay. No lie. Anyways, next. Hurt Syndicate, right, anyway, they get up there, and then they try to fight them, and, like, basically they get killed and whatnot, and yeah, it made them look like a bunch of suckers because they got their asses handed to them by a bunch of stick figures. And now we're going backstage, and Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole have a very awkward promo.
Yeah, Adam Washed versus Daniel Boring in 2025.
That was
Tony Khan.
So awkward. Oh my lord!
Is like John Cena versus The Rock for some ungodly reason.
This was so awkward.
We'll see you out there, gang. Adam Cole. That's the only note I took, was him saying that.
That promo was just so awkward. It felt like when you're trying to talk to your crush for the first time.
Adam Cole should he should retire for his own good.
Listen, Shoddy, I know I'm ugly and all, but you should give me a chance. That's what it felt like.
please show me your vagina in the Tyrese Halliburton voice?
Shut up! Anyway, there's another anyway.
Oh, they're dragging the Christian Cage and Nick Wayne stuff, dude.
He
Just
said that
get
he's
to
got
the
to
point.
defend it. Are they going to put Nick Wayne over Christian Cage? They have to, right?
Of course, yeah. That's. Oh. And then I said I love Christian, but this kid is not it, because Nick Wayne is not it right now.
I think Nick Wayne's got potential. I think you're being too hard on the kid. But,
Oh, and then too hard on a kid literally a year older than me. Christian Cage and Mother Wayne, the last line implied that they were going off to fuck, and Nick Wayne just stood there like an idiot.
That's just awkward. Like, I'm sorry. That stuff makes me feel weird watching it. It feels like I'm watching porn, bro. Like...
And, like, the thing is, I bet they did.
In kayfabe, yeah.
No, because they're actually seeing each other now.
Oh. Didn't Christian Cage have someone before that?
No, he divorced. He got divorced 2 years ago.
Well, that's really awkward. That's just gotta be...
Yeah, so Christian Cage actually could be Nick Wayne's stepdaddy in kayfabe and...
You didn't have to say stepdaddy. You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to say that.
Up next.
My favorite part of the show.
Max Caster is 0-11 in singles action because Tony's punishing him for saying such abhorrent lines like claiming mental health like Simone Biles. And no, I'm not actually going to say the other line. That's going to get me in deep trouble, so...
Anyways, he says he's the best wrestler alive, and he has the terrible attire. I'm not gonna say my thoughts on it.
He also sounds exactly like Stokely Hathaway.
Dude, he needs to trim that facial hair.
No. Did you close your eyes? He sounds exactly the same as Stokely Hathaway.
Probably.
It's really, really weird. Oh my god, dude. Excalibur started making weird faces under the mask, and it made me think of the video.
Oh, stop.
It made me think of the video, dude.
Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. Anyways,
Listen,
Platinum Max Caster against the Open Challenger in the greatest powerhouse Hobbs.
And I said, thank God Hobbs got a squash match finally.
I love Hobbs. I think he's quite
he's
good.
So fantastic. Dude, wasted potential.
He's not wasted yet. He's not wasted yet. They still have a chance to revive him.
Do they, dude? He's in a thing with a man who apparently, according to Uncle Dave, had no brain, and Samoa Joe, who I think every time that he beats somebody up, he gains a pound.
He is part of the Ops. None of these three people involved have ever been in gang affiliation. None of the three involved have ever been involved in gang-affiliated conflicts.
Yeah, it's bad. That's bad. Anyway.
And one looks like you just propped him right out of high school. Because they did.
Anyway, Hobbs won in 47 seconds, so...
Can we also mention the diversity of the Ops?
Well, yeah.
You got a fat, quote-unquote, Samoan.
Who is not.
You have... basically a basic white boy.
Wait, who are you talking? Who's the fourth guy? What the fuck are you talking about?
There's three. The diversity of the Ops.
What's mixed, dude? What are you talking about?
Well, he looks like a basic white boy. He's got the haircut.
Well, Hobbs is now part of them because Hook's hurt. That's why he was carrying the 6-man belt.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Then the Japanese guy, and then we have this. My favorite shirt of all time, AEW shirt of all time, big black and jacked, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Anyways, that was the co-main event of Dynamite.
Oh my god, you're right.
And it was my favorite thing on the show.
four-way between Kenny Omega, Claudio Castagnoli, Brody King, and Mascarada Dorada.
I said this before. I feel like I pinged you with it. Brody King's entrance presentation is so fire.
Oh, no, it's great.
He looks like such a badass.
Oh, no, the Hounds of Hell thing is great. I love it. I love it. I actually think Malachi was holding him back, so I'm kind of looking forward to this.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they're already burying Josh Alexander. You see that Brody King beat Josh Alexander to get into this match?
God.
Like, I'm like, that didn't take long. That's only been like 6 weeks and he's already lost. It's like when they brought Jay Lethal in and then they proceeded to make him lose for like 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah, because the whole Taylor Hendricks thing. But I digress.
Oh, yeah, right. Right. You're right.
Anyways,
no, you just made me really sad. Claudio Castagnoli.
Well, I'm sad all the time, boy. Anyways.
Claudio Castagnoli has to be the most underrated wrestler in the history.
We've been saying it for the past 10 years, so at this point, no, he's not.
Nah, dude.
Because everybody says it!
In terms of wrestling companies, in terms of the way he's been used by WWE and AEW...
Yeah.
No, he still is.
No, I agree. But, like, he can't be considered the most underrated wrestler anymore because everybody who watches the shows knows.
Well, that's true. Also, every single Claudio theme that AEW's given him has been fire.
Because he's just easy to present well.
Yeah, no, it really is. Never seen this guy, Mascarada Dorada, and then I said, fuck CMLL.
I hate you. I don't know
why I said that. I'm sorry, I don't even know why I said that. I've never watched a CMLL show in my life.
CMLL is better than AAA, that's for sure.
Probably. Well, it's been around for longer, hasn't it?
Yeah, and they also don't have people throwing chairs at bystanders in the crowd, so...
No, I get it. You don't like Alberto Patron. Well, you shouldn't, but, like, still.
Shut up. I just don't like AAA.
Kenny Omega actually, like, this is a hot take. I know people don't like Kenny Omega, but he is legitimately one of the only stars they have left.
I still don't get why people don't like Kenny Omega. Aside from the Jim Cornette, I don't understand why you wouldn't like Kenny.
No, and I'm a Jim Cornette glazer, but he's wrong about Kenny Omega.
Whoa. Let's take a step back there.
Not all the time, OG. Not all the time.
Let's take it back there.
Not the video I sent you.
Ring, I'm gonna send you the video. Put it in.
Ring, you gotta put it. I'm in favor of the
Stop! Don't get yourself clipped. Or
fuck out of these people.
Who was it that said it? I think it was Trick Williams who said it. Don't get yourself hurt, nah. To Ricochet.
No, but like, no, as a Jim Cornette. How do I say this without making me sound like a absolute bigot?
He goes to sleep listening to Jim Cornette, by the way.
I go to sleep listening to Guess the Program. Knocks me out in 5 minutes. Best thing of all time, by the way. Not even joking.
What happens when your mom comes in the room and he just hears Jim... Whoa! Your mom comes in your room and she just hears Jim Cornette on some tyrannical tirade.
I put it literally, like, as quiet as possible. Like, the lowest my volume can go without mute on my phone.
And then you just hear Jim Cornette talking about some random midgets at 2 a.m.
No, I just hear him talk about, well, this card has got to be, like, from 1962 from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm like,
and it's got to feature Titsface McGee and,
Right. Yeah, okay. Oh my god, we're at this freaking four-way. We can't get anything done, dude.
Well, we're spending like an hour 15 on AEW in total, but...
Is any of this salvageable?
Yeah.
Did I waste...
Yeah, it's going in the video regardless, so...
Oh, okay. Alright.
This match was pretty good.
Yeah, it was alright. By the way, I'm so fucking old. The original incarnation of the Elite broke up almost 4 years ago.
I hate my life. Anyway, uh,
When they said that, well, it was back in Full Gear 2021. I'm like, oh my god, I watched that live. Like, Dorado,
the the
I would've been
Doomsday
mad
spot was cool.
yeah, I liked that. I would have been mad at the Dorado Omega spot where they were like doing the flippies.
I liked it.
And like I would have been mad at it, but like it kind of looked like, you know, something that Eddie or Ray would have done.
Yeah, you can't be that old. Like,
So like,
you got to give him some credit.
right, yeah.
There were a couple of good near falls in this match.
There was a lot of Kenny's Snapdragons went from really good like on Brody King to really shit like on everybody else.
That's because Brody King's a star, brother.
That's true. None of his strikes really hit anymore, and I understand that's because, you know, all the diverticulitis stuff. He cannot hit a Canadian Destroyer anymore.
He's old.
Yeah, he's old.
Old.
Anytime he gets hit in the stomach, I cringe.
Yeah.
Like I can't do that. Brody King almost killed Masquerada Dorada.
Because Brody King could kill a human being. Yeah, I did.
Well, no, but he throws him up in the air, and he's completely reckless with it. It kind of reminded me of a Nia Jax spot. Because he's like a goof. He doesn't, like, prep him at all. And I said, my God, if that was an inch, Dorado's breaking his neck, and he dies in this. Like,
don't die this at home.
Claudio Castagnoli's so unbelievably strong, doing the big lifts.
Wow, shocker! Didn't know that one. I'm hating on you. I'm hating on you. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, yeah. Wait, you know, like those random lines in rap songs that like get genius lyricked.
Yeah.
Like, it's the type of shit that make you want to curse up a newborn baby. I had one of those in my notes, and it said, Brody King's chops can kill a hamster. I don't know why I wrote that.
Brody King's chops can kill a lot of things.
I don't know why
Brody King is a scary, scary individual.
Yeah, he is.
I would be shitting bricks if he was angry at me. Like,
the Doomsday spot took way too long.
Yeah.
Dude, Waluigi, fuck off. Oh, sorry.
Hey! I'm leaving that one in the video.
Okay. Let's see, what am I, Oh, there was a guy in the crowd that looked like Chuck Norris, and it distracted me for a little. No!
Oh my god.
And it was like, so it was on this side of the crowd, and he was like 8 rows in, okay?
And you just,
like, close to the front.
You wonder why we can't get anything done. We're sitting here talking about somebody that looks like Chuck Norris in the crowd.
I said, shit, is that Chuck Norris? I think that might be Chuck Norris. No, it can't be Chuck Norris. Like, no, seriously, this happened.
It can't be Chuck Norris, because Chuck Norris would never be at an AEW show. An AEW show would be at Chuck Norris.
That's, wow, a Chuck Norris fact in the big 2025 is actually diabolical.
Nobody's gonna watch that. I just want you to know, nobody's making it past the Raw segment.
Oh fuck, you're right. Yeah, nobody's gonna be watching this shit. I can say whatever I want.
No.
Well,
anyway.
No. Yeah, you're right.
If you've made it this far, comment Pineapple Johnson, and we'll know who's a real one or not.
No, you gotta comment Dwayne the Cock Johnson. So
either one works.
Because I still think it's funny that like all 3 of his names that he goes by, Dwayne, Rock, and Johnson, can all be used as slang terms for penis. So I find that really.
Anyway, back to the four-way that we were talking about.
Oh, the four-way, huh? The four-way involving Dwayne Johnson.
Involving Dwayne, The Rock, Johnson.
And Johnson.
God.
1 in the morning, I'm losing my goddamn mind. I've been watching too much of this, and I gotta watch Smackdown, and I gotta watch.
You have to watch an entire Saturday's worth of Damn, I can't speak.
No,
wrestling.
I am holding off Worlds Collide until tomorrow. There's no way in hell I'm watching that.
Well, Worlds Collide's probably gonna be the best show of the week.
It might be, but it also might be like stuff that I don't like. Like, you knew going into it that I was gonna be mad looking at the Speedball Mike Bailey match. You just saw spots and you was like, I'm sure Peyton's seething right now. And I was.
So we know what happens. The four-way.
Kenny wins.
Kenny
Claudio
wins.
landed on Brody King, and then my DVR stopped because I didn't put more time on the program. So
Yeah, Mascara Dorada takes the pin. I think that's the right decision in that situation.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's the only one not signed with the company. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so pretty good match, and then Kazuchika Okada comes out, and for some reason something in my pants rose, and now we're allegedly getting Okada versus Omega again
in 2025. Listen,
I'm not complaining personally.
dude, there was a time and a place for this. If this happened when AEW started,
Okay, but this is just like Cena and Orton, and you were okay with Cena Orton.
Well, yes, of course I was.
And it's not been that. It's been a pretty long time since they've last had a match.
Sending photos of Steeler fans fighting with each other. Yeah,
Rainmaker.
So Cena and Orton, Okada, Omega, but these guys had 3 matches. 3, I have to admit, even Dave is right twice a day. Incredible matches, not the best ones of all time, but
Because
fantastic.
they're incredible workers.
Work.
They still are.
Okada's wash gang, and Kenny's not who he was.
They're still really good. Okada just has no reason to care anymore. If he cares, he puts on an amazing match.
Fuck, bro.
I think he's gonna. If there was ever gonna be a time where he cares, it's gonna be versus Kenny Omega.
Okada Omega 4 or 5 or whatever. I don't know. How
Or
many matches
63.
they ended up having. I don't know how many they actually had. I know I've only seen like 3 of them.
All I know is that if you give Kenny Omega enough gay sex and video game playing, he will eventually give you a 10-star match. Oh, also, by the way, my Instagram timeline got blessed by this picture, so I'm gonna make sure you get blessed by it as well.
I don't. What is this?
Thoughts?
My thoughts. Thoughts. I don't have any thoughts.
Oh, for those of you watching at home, it's Kenny Omega in a purple maid outfit.
Oh my god, I'm so done.
Anyways, Collision!
No, don't. Okay.
No, you keep going, you keep going.
That's right. So Will Ospreay versus Lio Rush ended up being okay. I deleted my notes because he said I didn't have to review Collision, but you know what? Whatever, that's fine.
We're just going over it quickly. Like,
I'm gonna keep spitballing real quick. Actually, hold on. I just had the Wikipedia page open. I can just. No, what the heck? Where's Where? What the fuck? Jushin Thunder Liger?
Mina.
Okay.
Okay, so
Ospreay
Collision.
defeated Lio Rush in 9 minutes. FTR with Stokely, just Oops. Stokely, by the way, not Stokely Hathaway. He's Stokely, or as Gus Johnson from the NFL would call him, Stugly. Defeated Templario and Atlantis Jr. by pinfall in 13 minutes 45 seconds in something I'm sure that was okay. Like, I'm sure it was fine.
And then we got Bandito and the Outrunners against the Don Callis family, which didn't watch it, didn't care to. Was probably alright.
Do you know how proud I am of the Outrunners?
How proud are you?
They're my boys. They're my boys. They're from Rensselaer, Indiana, dude.
And now they're on AEW Collision.
Yeah, Nick Wayne beat Sammy Guevara. Notorious woman respecter Sammy Guevara.
Sammy, get him off my screen, Guevara, and Tay Conti appeared.
Sammy, notoriously good person and loved by all, Guevara.
Get him off my screen, Guevara.
And Lee Johnson.
But anyway, Tay Conti returned at some point. Which nobody cares, let's be real.
Tekla.
Tekla?
Tekla.
I think it's Tekla. I don't know. Against Lady Frost, she beats Lady Frost.
So Tech 9 beat Lady Frost in a 2-minute 30-second match. Fuck. Okay, I can't do this anymore. The Undisputed Era of Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong and Daniel Garcia with Daddy Magic Mac, Daddy Magic Mac Menard, feed the Don Callis family of Josh Alexander, Lance Archer. Trent Beretta.
I think you're missing the promo where Queen Aminata says that anyone can get it.
Anyone can what?
Get it. Which, to be honest, I might have to run for it.
I'm looking at that right now because that's gonna make me mad.
What?
Give me the Queen Aminata promo from Collision.
It wasn't. That's not actually what she says. She says this is what I'm reading in this note thing. She says she gets it. Everyone comes here and they try to make a name for themselves. And she asks Tekla if she knows what they do to spiders in Africa. Aminata says they stop them. And challenges her to a match next week.
Oh my god, dude.
Yo.
Oh wait, I found Aminata's Not Wrestling channel.
We don't need that. Let's continue.
No, it's not like OnlyFans or anything. It's just like for vlog shit.
Oh.
What? God, I'm not a psychopath.
You're gonna buy another OnlyFans page this week, Peyton?
Fucking hate you. Hey, you know what? While I'm at it, Alana Black. I can't talk. Alana Black's OnlyFans is a friggin' scam.
You have to pay $90 to see her probably finger herself or something.
Wait. Oh, dude, the AI just texted me. Oh, man. Oh, this is good. This is rich. It said, when are you seeing what I got? I'm broke.
Tell him whatever you get a job, nerd.
That's not fun.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, Collision, I didn't care about it. I cared more about the bitches on Modern Family than I did Collision.
Well, actually, Sofia Vergara's on that show, so that's valid.
They had an overrun by, like, what, 10 minutes or so?
Alana Black's OnlyFans is a joke, and she's made almost like $250K off of it already.
Notice how much better of a journalist I am than you. I'm sitting here actually talking about the show, and you're talking about what you're jerking your little hog to.
I haven't! Oh, do you want to see... And I'm perfectly...
Do I want to see it?
No, do you want to see the 5 things of media she's put out?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Photo, grass.
I'm good. Anyway, so... I just want to get this finished with, bro. It's what I am. No, you're good.
Collision's okay. Fell asleep. Wish it was Punk. I hate that we have to do this for every, 2 days for, the rest of my life. And
yep.
I have a job now, so the fact that I have to watch 6 hours of wrestling at least tomorrow means I fucking hate you, and good night.
Alright, so we're here. 3rd recording session. It's not it's just me today. Peyton's not here. And it's also Sunday, so there's that. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible and not waste your time too much. We all know what's happened over the past 2 days. The list of shows we've got here to run through are Smackdown, Worlds Collide, and Money in the Bank. Didn't watch TNA this week. Sorry, didn't have the time for it. The finals were on. I wasn't aware of any other shows over the weekend either, so I didn't watch anything. Forgive me, but that's just the truth. So without further ado, let's go ahead and rip the rubber off and let's talk about Smackdown. The freaky Seth Riders were the first people that we saw on our screens. They started babbling a little bit. They were waffling, as the UK folks say. And then they got confronted by the Bloodline people. I enjoyed it. Peyton didn't. He said it was really fucking boring. We got the Jacob Fatu, Ron Breaker stare down. That was fire. That kind of popped me. I'm not gonna lie. They popped me there. I can't even hold you. We need this, and we need it as quickly as possible. They called Jacob Solo's bitch and whatnot. I don't really remember anything either of them said, to be honest. Then, the Seth Riders, they were leaving. We're calling them the Seth Riders, by the way, because that's what they are, basically. As Seth, Bronson, and Bronson leave the ring, Jimmy Uso comes out of nowhere and starts attacking the entirety of the Solo faction. Which, spoiler alert, isn't going to be a faction for much longer. But anyway, we get into Big Jim versus JC Mateo. JC Mateo's already done. JC Mateo's cooked. He's buried. He's been buried. JC fucking Mateo. That name fucking stinks. That's like one of the worst names I've ever heard. They called him Jeff Cobb. Like, they've already called him Jeff Cobb, and they had to just randomly decide that they wanted to start calling him JC Mateo. Makes no fucking sense. But anyways, Big Jim wins, and Jacob Fatu basically cost JC the match. At some point, I don't know, I'm just kind of spitballing from what I remember. Solo said that Jacob was all gas, no brains. That plays a part later on. And yeah, we're done with that first little segment. Didn't really care for it. JC Mateo's cooked. He's done. Get him off my screen. I love Jeff Cobb. Don't care for JC Mateo. And they advertise a Bakersfield brawl. I'm pretty sure that's what they call the Bakersfield State Prison against EDP 445. But I digress. Me and Peyton both had the same thought. Thought that Zelina would randomly pull out a Glock on Piper because, you know, Bakersfield sucks. Sorry if you live in Bakersfield, but you homed EDP. I can't give you leniency. I was actually pleasantly surprised by the Bakersfield brawl. I liked it. Zelina's awesome. Like, Zelina and Piper are both awesome. The Secret Hervis is trying to, you know, fuck over Zelina Vega, which who wouldn't, to be honest. Anyways, I digress. Julia comes out, saves Zelina. Zelina does the power bomb. She also did a pretty cool code red. I think it was a code red. Pretty cool move to Piper off the top rope at one point in the match. Secret Hervis, I think it was Chelsea, broke up the pin or whatever. The ending was great with Julia saving Zelina, but at the same time, this makes no fucking sense. Because in kayfabe, like storyline, Zelina has more oomph than Piper Niven, so wouldn't you want Piper Niven to win the match or something? It wasn't for the title, so never mind. At least I don't think it was it? I don't know. Julia then raises her hand and then kicks the shit out of Zelina Vega. One of the commentators, I don't remember which one it was, said that Julia gets to pick and choose who beats up Zelina Vega. Sure, I mean, I guess that makes sense. No, it doesn't. And then we move on. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff that we're probably leaving out because I can't remember too well. It was like a whole 48 hours ago. I have short-term memory loss. No, I don't. It was just a kind of forgettable show outside of a couple moments. We get the LA Knight segment. He screams, "Let me talk to you." Gives a solid promo, not anything super special. We get a little match between Aleister Black and LA Knight. I'm an Aleister Black guy. I'm also a LA Knight guy. I like the match. We got a shitty-ass finish. Seth Rollins and whatnot, and then LA Knight and Aleister Black both got bitched by the Seth Riders. Bronson and Bronson are on a tear right now. Seth Riders cannot be stopped. They are doing insane tricks on Seth Rollins' meat right now. Also, during that during that little promo to open the show, they were meat riding Paul Heyman, bro. Like, absolutely meat riding Paul Heyman. Actually, back to that segment. That segment wasn't all too bad because Solo compared the Seth Riders to the OG Bloodline. I liked it. Peyton didn't, but I don't care. Peyton's a little mark on the Vince Russo mark list anyway. Don't tell him I said that, though. Don't tell him I said that. But, yeah, he compared him to the OG Bloodline and whatever. I'm getting off topic. LA Knight, Aleister Black. Pretty decent match, even though it didn't go on too long. We got the DQ finish and all that glory hole nonsense. I can't really remember anything else that happened outside of the 6 woman and the shitty ass main event. Am I forgetting something? What am I forgetting? There has to be something I'm forgetting. Penta and Andrade. Who did Penta and Andrade face? I can't remember. Who did they face? Oh, they faced the Creed brothers, I think, right? Yeah, they did. They did. I don't remember the match, but I'm pretty sure it was good. I don't remember a lot of stuff that happened on this show. Chad Gable and Vikingo had their little moment and whatnot. But before that, we had the 6 woman, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. I liked the match. Obviously, everyone's going to talk about that sick-ass Riptide counter by Roxanne Perez. By the way, Roxanne Perez is the future. Don't know if you need to be reminded that. You shouldn't need to be reminded of that, but Roxanne Perez is the future of the business. That sell by Rhea was phenomenal as well. Like, unbelievable counter. Alexa Bliss is washed. Just let it go, gang. She's washed. The finish was cool, where Roxanne got left all alone. Kind of foreshadowed Money in the Bank and whatnot. Pretty solid match, and it made me realize that the women's division is actually really good when Triple H wants to showcase it. Not that I needed to be reminded, I already knew, but you know the drill. And skipping back to reality, aka that shitty-ass anticlimactic main event, Cody and Jey Uso interrupted the Seth Riders, and then John Cena and Japanese national treasure Logan Paul came out. Logan Paul stinks, don't care. It was just anticlimactic. You could have done so much more. I don't know. Am I the only one that was underwhelmed by that? I might be. You only gave him 10 minutes on a 3-hour show. I hate 3-hour shows, by the way. Like, 3-hour weekly shows are disgusting. Get it away. Get it away from me, please. Because you're already not using all the talent you have. Just get it the fuck away from me, please. This segment made me even less interested in the tag team match at Money in the Bank. Can't hold you. Dare I say Logan Paul looks decent with the World Heavyweight Championship. So I'm not going to say it. This also kind of, spoiled the finish. But anyways, Smackdown was probably the best show of the week. Was it? Like, television-wise, it was probably the best show of the week. It's between Dynamite, NXT, and, SmackDown. Raw was just not on the level of any of them, if we're being honest and not being biased. Solid go-home show. Could have been better, but, who am I to complain? I'm not allowed to complain because us fans, we're just supposed to shut up and enjoy the show. That's satire, by the way. Anyways, let's move on to Worlds Collide and not waste your time. Alright, so I'm gonna rip it off right here. Best show of the week. One of the better pay-per-views I've ever watched, honestly. It was my introduction for a lot of the AAA talent, and I was pleasantly surprised. Let's rip the rubber off and let's just get into it. The introductory promo by Rey Mysterio had a lot of meaning behind it. Felt auriful. Liked it a whole lot. The atmosphere was amazing for this show. Conan on commentary was, yeah, for sure. Conan on commentary, big 25. Yeah. It was Conan and Corey Graves, actually. It wasn't just Conan. The first match was awesome. They did the Rey Mysterio promo because of When Worlds Collide. He was such a big part of the first show. And obviously, it's Rey fucking Mysterio on a show about Lucha Libre. Obviously, he's going to get put over. But a lot of the placements was so that they could build a match later on for Money in the Bank. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Or you won't see what I mean because you've already seen. We got damn Mr. Iguana. Oh, there were so many fucking amazing spots. Jim Cornette is having a heart attack as we speak. Every time Mr. Iguana gets brought up, he's having a heart attack. Mr. Iguana, Octagon Jr. and Aerostar against the LWO featuring Lince Dorado. Absolute banger. I love this match. Lince Dorado, of course, replaced DJZ because DJZ is injured. Oh, it's Joaquin Wilde, my bad. But Cruz del Toro looked very good. Like, he pleasantly surprised me. Sometimes I'd be forgetting just how good these people are. Lince Dorado was awesome as always. Whole bunch of cool spots. Octagon Jr. nearly died when he wasn't caught by Lince Dorado on the outside. Lince Dorado had an entire wrestling match with an iguana in the middle of the ring. He gave a stuffed animal iguana a Spanish fly. Go ahead, give Mr. Iguana the world championship, please. Like, book him against Cena, have Mr. Iguana beat Cena. Actually, please give me Mr. Iguana versus John Cena. Oh my god, I will pop so hard. John Cena gives a fucking attitude adjustment to the stuffed iguana. Please. All in all, my GOAT Octagon Jr. decided to pick up a win right quick. And then we got Dominic Mysterio on the microphone. Conan obviously doesn't like Dominic Mysterio, you know the history, but a lot of people don't like Conan, so there's that. Dom calls himself the best luchador on the planet, but apparently to WWE, the best luchador on the planet is Stephanie Vaquer. We'll hear more about that in a second. And basically, they get to shoving and they get to fighting. Dom was low-key beating that ass, I can't hold you. He's already beating some ass with Liv Morgan behind the scenes, but that's besides the point. We get an impromptu Octagon Jr. versus Dominic Mysterio match scheduled for Money in the Bank. I liked it. Dom's an amazing heel. Octagon Jr. is amazing in the ring. Go ahead, inject it into my veins. Give him a full 20-minute match later on. Obviously, it's not going to be a full 20-minute match at Money in the Bank, but at some point, we need like a full-length match between the two. Like, what more could WWE lose? Dom's IC title reign has already been kind of a disaster because he barely defends the thing. Give me what I want. Anyways, I've kind of got a little bit of the order mistaken here. Also, let me tell you something. I really liked Conan on commentary about how he was giving Octagon's backstory. That was a nice touch. Jim Cornette was definitely screaming in every syllable known to man. And here's another thing. It was impressive how Mr. Iguana was able to keep the fucking stuffed animal in his mouth for so long. If y'all seen the spot, you know what I mean. Match was awesome. And anyways, Lola Vice on my screen. I am paying attention. I have eyes directly on the phone. My eyes are touching the phone. It was Lola Vice and Stephanie Vaquer against two people that I already forgot, and I'm not going to look up their names because this is supposed to be raw reactions, you know? All I was thinking during this match was shucky ducky quack quack in Booker T's voice. Like, this is awesome. The Devil's Kiss counter, I can't remember who did it, but there was one Devil's Kiss counter onto Stephanie Vaquer. Also, there was a double Devil's Kiss. I need a better angle of Lola Vice's Devil's Kiss, please. That's besides the point. Oh, her name's Delise. I have it in my notes here. Delise does not look her age. I have that in quotations here. Or not quotations, in bold. Another note I have here is Lola Vice is great. I wish I could take that hip attack. I am a gooner. And then I said, shucky ducky quack quack again because of the double Devil's Kiss. And Stephanie hits her backbreaker. I wish I could break her back. And Stephanie and Lola win. Good. And they cut... Fuck, I dropped my phone. And they cut a cool little promo. Lola Vice, I'm single. If you're seeing this, you'll never see this, but I'm single. Please hit me up. I'm begging. I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll do anything. I will let you wear the pants in the relationship. Please. Please. I'm begging you. There were a bunch of video packages that were explaining a lot of history, and for a casual AAA viewer like myself, I enjoy it. I like when wrestling shows, especially like these types of shows, do things like that. There were no ad breaks. It was just full on just like wrestling and backstories and promos, and I loved it. It wasn't over the top with all the Wingstop commercials with Jid's song over them. But anyways, we got an interview, I think, with either Chad Gable or Santos Escobar. Actually, yes, it was Chad. And he said that The Mexican people, they love me. And I put down, Chewy funny as shit. Bro just looks at the camera with that damn stare. Oh my god. This show was awesome, man. Chad made this just 10 times better. Like, he's so good. He's so good. They also had a little video package here where they mentioned the Triple Mania match where Santos Escobar lost his mask. That's cool. We got into Legado del Fantasma against, I believe, Psycho Clown, Pagano. I think his name's Pagano, right? That's who we're talking about. And El Hijo del Wagner. I think that's his name. I can't remember, and to be honest, I don't care enough to look it up, just like I didn't care enough in the other tag match. They had a couple cool spots in this match, such as Santos moving Berto out of the way on the suicide dive. That was kind of cool. Like, this entire show was just filled with a bunch of cool shit. And obviously, it's Lucha Libre. There's going to be a bunch of cool shit. That's the basis of the style. My demon, Santos Escobar, decided to pick up a win right quick in this match. Love to see it. I am Legado del Fantasma's #1 fan. And then we got into a fatal 4-way match with the future of the industry, Javon Evans, in this match. It was a fucking banger. I think it was the best match of the week. It was one of the best matches I've watched all year, in my humble opinion. Even though there were a couple botches. Not everything is going to be perfect. My demon, Javon Evans, bro. He's so good. Like, there was this spot where he was breaking up the pin on, I think, Rey Fenix. It was Ethan Page doing the Ego's Edge, and he got the pin on Rey Fenix. And that boy, Javon Evans, came from out of bumblefuck Timbuktu nowhere. And then off of the splash, he did a handstand. That shit was awesome. He is so athletic, bro. Like, it's unbelievable how athletic Javon Evans is. The dude's a fucking star, and he talks so good. Like, his promos are so good because he doesn't try to do too much. Anyways, Ethan Page pins Laredo Kid. Yeah, right, Victor. Very good match. Wish Javon Evans won, but that's just the mark in me. Love Ethan Page. He's having a great title reign so far. Like, if I had to give any match, like, that was the best match of the week. It was probably, in my opinion, again, it's subjective, like a 4.5 out of 5. Then we got into the little promo exchange between Chad Gable and that boy Vikingo. I low-key got the Mark chills when Gable said their worlds were about to collide. I don't know why, but I was just marking out this entire show. I can't hold you. The main event was an absolute banger. Every single match on this card, in my opinion, was a banger. The main event specifically, like the co-main and the main specifically. I'm just thinking of all the just crazy shit they did, because it was like it was so story driven. Obviously, Vikingo did all the cool shit, but the pacing was just so perfect. Gable is actually so good working with luchadors. It's insane. He is just built for this shit, bro. Like, he is built for this shit. The tightrope 630 on the outside was just absolute crazy on Gable's back. Like, how somebody can fucking do that, I don't know, bro. Like, these folks are different. Like, these wrestler folks are different. I don't feel like we give them enough credit for just how different they are, bro. Like, they are crazy. Peyton probably hated every second of this show because he's not really into this style, but I am. Worlds Collide was awesome. Obviously, Vikingo beat Gable. I think give the co-main and the main some watches because they are fucking phenomenal. That being said, my final rating on Worlds Collide, I think I would have to give it like a 5-star out of 5 in comparison. I don't know where it ranks objectively, but in comparison to the rest of the wrestling we've watched this week, it's a 5 out of 5. Again, I don't know where it ranks objectively, and to be honest, I don't care. I'm watching as a fan, okay? I'm watching as a fan who's also critiquing what he's watching, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm done trying to defend myself as we're going to get into the main show of the week. Money in the Bank. I'm going to kind of break this apart differently to what I would normally do it as. We're not going to do it in order. We're just going to take it down piece by piece. And we're going to start with what everybody's talking about, the R-Truth moment, the main event. It wasn't anything super crazy, like in-ring quality-wise. Folks are going to say it's better than it was. It really wasn't that good. Logan's moments aren't as good as people are trying to say they are. He's not bad by any means, but y'all kind of overrating some of the stuff that Logan's doing. The moonsault was beautiful, though. Y'all kind of overrate Logan slightly. He's not bad, and I'm not just saying this because he's a shit person. Y'all kind of overrate him a little bit in comparison to how y'all be rating other people, if that makes sense. For some of the stuff he does, y'all give other folks shit for it. I don't know. I digress. The match felt like a Raw in 2023 main event with all those Judgment Day tag matches. It wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't a bad match. It probably like a 2.5. Like, you know, obviously Cody, Jay, and Cena all in one ring. You're gonna get something at least decent out of that. Even though Jay isn't like the greatest worker of all time, he'll still give you something decent on pay-per-view. And obviously Logan Paul's athleticism and just the ability to get moments out of something, being able to create virality, he's got that going for him at the very least. Speaking of Logan Paul, he botched the buckshot lariat spot. Jay saved him with a super kick. Good save by Jay there. Like, seriously, good save by Jay. He made it not look completely terrible. It was still noticeable, but Jay kind of made up for it, I guess. I don't know. Oh my goodness, Cena's using the belt. He's such a heel. What a heel. He hits Cody with the belt, and then out of nowhere, a masked figure. Who is it? Who is it? It's R-Truth. It's Ron Killings. It's R-Truth. And he hits Cena with the belt. Everybody's popping. It's one of the best moments of all time, like, objectively. And I know I tried my hand at a little bit of YouTube clickbait on Saturday night when this happened, and I said I put a title of the video as "We Got Worked." We didn't get worked. We all know we didn't get worked. It wasn't a work. Like, stop trying to tell yourself it's a work. It wasn't. I know as wrestling fans we try to say that everything's a work. This wasn't. It was clearly just fan backlash. And if you think any differently, you are what Vince Russo would call a mark. And that's okay, because we all are. The reason I say it isn't a work is because Triple H would try to continue the storyline in the press conference, but he just tried to cover his tracks by saying it's just all a part of the show. No, it isn't, Paul. It's all a part of the show. You enjoying the show? That was a horrible Triple H impression. I should probably leave that out of the video, but I'm going to keep it in anyway. The moment was obviously amazing. Cody hits the crossroads. Cody and Jay win. I guess that's the end of Money in the Bank. R-Truth's little spot low-key got ruined by his ankles showing, but that's besides the point. Great moment. But let's get into the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Not gonna lie, I was busy dropping 89 points with Devin Booker on NBA 2K, so I didn't watch it. I watched it, but they didn't have my attention fully. So I'm going to give you Peyton's notes for it. And before that, I'm going to tell you that Peyton hates the way Michael Cole says WWE. And we get into the match, and he says, I'm just going to read it verbatim. I'm not going to give you any enthusiasm. I'm just going to read it verbatim, and then we're going to move on. Bad punches to start out. Alexa Bliss doesn't have it anymore. Stephanie Vaquer with the first of many springboards. Vaquer has an impressive moveset. Naomi completely whips the kick. Roxanne Perez is going through the motion. Naomi is not doing good. More fake ladder spots, as you can tell this isn't my thing. Crazy whiplash from Julia after the drop kick from Rhea Ripley. Naomi is from the Divas era, and it shows. Boss Razor's edge counter from Roxanne looks like it hurt both of them. It looks sickening. 20 punches thrown, none landed from Roxanne. Low the top rope stopped the ladder from landing on Ripley. They are burying Rhea Ripley like she's a fucking movie monster. Brilliant headbutt by Vaquer. I think Naomi might have fucked up her knee legitimately. Stephanie Vaquer is an absolute animal carrying Julia on her back. Julia with a very, very hard looking suplex. Naomi can't stop getting hurt. Julia with a hell of a suplex, but only cared about herself. Ladder isn't fully up. Alexa Bliss with a nice power bomb. I love the gray painted wood ladders. Alexa Bliss is way too small to be taking that ladder bump. I don't know what he's talking about, but Julia needs to be more believable. Rhea Ripley with a stiff clothesline. Hell, everything is stiff. She does not like Julia. Naomi had one job and she couldn't do it. I don't buy Julia. Rhea's ladder is comically large. The women's division is stacked, so... So how come this is a weak field? Also, you're lying, Peyton. It's not a weak field. It's not a weak field. It's one of the best fields ever. It's probably the best field they could have produced given the current state of the union. You're just hating because you don't know ball, Peyton. I know you're gonna watch this. You don't know ball. Alright, you don't know ball. Anyways, how come the Devil's Kiss is over? What? What do you mean, how come the Devil's Kiss is over? It's self-explanatory. Shucky ducky quack quack. It's really perverted. Yeah, that's the point, asshole. Golly, Peyton, you're gonna see perversion here in a second. Anyway, Naomi doesn't have the basics, and Roxanne is fake punching all over the place. Dueling Code Reds, Outlaw. You call everything Outlaw, Peyton. They love Julia with a lot to do beforehand. Scream at her, Julia. It just seems like he's typing this in a Jim Cornette voice. But anyways, nice working headbutt. Everyone hits their finisher at the same time because storytelling, bro. And then there's a ladder face bump. I told you so. Just to get the title back on Bianca Belair. Probably talking about Naomi. 1.5 out of 5 match. It wasn't that bad from what I saw. I saw like half of it. It wasn't that bad. Right winner. Like, there wasn't anybody else you really could have gave it to. Rhea's not in any state to have the briefcase right now. Peyton just be hating for real. That rhymes. I'm finna put it in a EBK J-Bo song or something. I don't know. Anyways, my take on it. Naomi, right winner. Stephanie, too early. Julia, she's going after the US title. Roxanne, too early. Rhea doesn't need it. Alexa don't got it no more. And, yeah. Let's move on. I'm going to talk about the Becky and Lyra match next. It was definitely better than the Backlash match they had, which I fucking hated. This match was kind of good, honestly. It wasn't amazing, but, it was alright, honestly. Brother. Lyra gave it a bit of heat, attacking her before the bell, and Lyra was just aggressive the whole match, which I like to see. That's character development. That's good storytelling. We got the Let's Go Becky, Becky Sucks chants. How can you be cheering for Becky? Like, actually, in kayfabe, how could you possibly be cheering for Becky? She is the biggest asshole known to man. I'm reading Peyton's notes, and he says, Becky has the MC Hammer pants on. Oh. Lyra is just... I hate to say it, like, I really do, even though I'm, like, a Becky Lynch hater. Like, I hate to say this specifically. Lyra is carrying the fuck out of Becky Lynch. I don't care what anybody says, she has carried Becky Lynch through this entire feud. And I love to see it, because Lyra is truly a star. If you disagree, you're just hating on Lyra, or you're dick-sucking Becky Lynch. There's no in-between. Lyra has been carrying this feud through and through. Lyra will never give up, and then she just gets CTE randomly, and then she might now. From Michael Cole. Amazing call. There were a couple of really good calls tonight. That's one of the main ones that I wrote down personally. There were a couple of double downs. The only one that looked like it mattered was the Nightwing one. Lyra basically died throughout this match. And cue the Hulk Hogan music. Becky Lynch wins, brother. Better than the Backlash match, but it wasn't anything super special. I liked it though. It was okay. If you couldn't tell, it doesn't take much for me to be interested in something. It was alright. Now let's talk about Octagon Jr. and Dominic Mysterio. It didn't go long at all. I like Octagon. He's got so much potential. Like, his high flying actually looks good. Like, it doesn't look forced. It's awesome. Octagon Jr. is awesome. Dominic's heel tactics are obviously on point because Dominic is the best heel in the business. There are a couple of missed calls from the play-by-play, aka Michael Cole, in this match. Some great counters. Liv Morgan interrupts the match, distracts Octagon Jr., and in like under 10 minutes, Dominic Mysterio beats Octagon Jr. Wow, who could have seen that one coming? Who could have seen that one coming? Crazy work. I liked it. because I like Octagon Jr. and I like Dominic Mysterio. Finally, Dominic Mysterio defended his championship. Was that his second defense? It's either his second. It is his second defense. The only other one was against Penta. It's kind of a shit reign right now. And that's sad because Dominic's reign should be phenomenal because he is phenomenal. But welcome to TKO. We got the Fireball ladder at some point. Also, let me say something about the briefcases. Why the fuck is there a Cash App logo on the briefcase? These fucking advertisements are gonna make me jump out of a window. Anyways, the men's Money in the Bank. Yeah, this one was a fucking banger. Like, look at my demon solo, bro. There was a whole lot of storytelling, just amazing spots, best match on the card, second best match of the week behind the North American title Fatal 4-Way for me. I loved every second of it. I did, and I actually paid attention to the whole match, so there's that. Look at my demon Penta, bro. Look at my demon Andrade, bro. I just love to see Andrade in ladder matches because he's so good. They did the Mexican Destroyer on the ladder. That was cool. Also, speaking of which, I don't think I mentioned this, but Stephanie did the Devil's Kiss to Rhea on the ladder in the women's match. So, you gooners are up 1,000. Anyway, lots of cool spots here. We got teased with LA Knight actually maybe winning a couple times. Bronson and Bronson come out. The Seth Riders start destroying everybody. Seth looks like he's about to win, and then we get ta lo ta fa two or whatever it says. I don't know. And then Jacob and Bronson Reed from Wish come out. JC Mateo again gets bitched. This time by Braun Breaker. He gets speared through the barricade. But Jacob Fatu is killing everybody because Jacob Fatu is the best wrestler alive. Solo looks like he's about to win because of Jacob, and then Jacob grabs his leg. Solo had so many funny moments in this match. Like, Solo is just a funny ass motherfucker. He did the Cero Miedo. He did the LA Knight taunt. He did the little fake out. He's so awesome. And then during the Jacob turn, he was like tugging on the briefcase. And then we get, I hate you! We've been waiting for this. We have been waiting for this. Cinema! It sucks how everything takes like 6 years to develop, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Jacob fucking murders Solo. Nice. LA Knight looks like not LA Knight. Seth Rollins comes in the ring. Looks like he's about to win. LA Knight comes in the ring. Saves the match. Him and Seth get into it, and then Seth curb stomps LA Knight. Why do you do this to us, TKO? Well, it's Triple H at this point. It's Triple H. But why do you do this to us? Like, here at the LA Knight fan club, why do you do this to us? Like, what do you have against LA Knight? Did he sleep with Stephanie or something? Did he sleep with Stephanie McMahon? But anyway, Seth Moxley wins the match. And, yeah. Or shall I say Seth Lynch. The Seth Riders are probably having sex backstage. I don't know. Becky's probably giving it to Seth. Yeah, that's just gonna end it, I guess. I mean, it was kind of obvious Seth was winning, right? Like, we all knew Seth was winning, right? Like, that wasn't a question, right? I sure hope we all knew. Like, I sure hope. I don't know which one Seth's gonna cash in on. I'm leaning toward Cena, even though they're both heels, but like, Cena and Punk are kind of similar, I guess. I don't know. Seth's always sexually frustrated because he was here the whole time and everybody else left him, so Cena might be targeted by the gay sex Seth Riders. But all in all, Money in the Bank was an alright pay-per-view. Was it really? I mean, am I being biased? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the pay-per-view was pretty good. It wasn't better than Worlds Collide, like objectively. It just wasn't. The flow of Worlds Collide was a lot better. There weren't a bunch of bullshit advertisements. Everything on Worlds Collide actually seemed like it mattered. Didn't seem like it mattered on Money in the Bank. At least the, spare time they have. Also, only 4 matches were advertised, and you're charging that much money to go see a show. Like, that's wrong. Like, it's criminal what TKO are doing, and it's criminal just what WWE in general are doing. How are you gonna give us under 6 matches on a card? Like, people are paying money for this shit. Like, and you're gonna give them 5 matches? What's the point? Like, at that point, what's the point, right? Why would anyone want to pay $40,000 to go watch a 5-match SummerSlam card? Like, be real. Be real. My point being, WWE needs to make use of their time better on pay-per-views, and they need to put more matches on pay-per-views. Maybe that's me being a grumpy old man. I don't know. But that should conclude the pilot episode of Come Monday. I know the third part of this wasn't as good as the first 2, but I'm just trying to get this shit done, in all honesty. Peyton wasn't able to record here, and I'm sitting here at 2:03 a.m. on Sunday night, well, technically Monday morning. By the time you've seen this, I've probably not gone to bed, so there's that. But yeah, if you watched the whole thing, like, seriously, you're awesome, and I appreciate you for taking time out of your day to do that. If you're not already subscribe please. I would appreciate it, of course, if I earned it, of course, that is. Like the video as well if you enjoyed. Yeah. I'm really tired. Join the Discord server, please. I have gone clinically insane over this week of wrestling. I'm gonna do it again next week. I've enjoyed doing this, and it's fun, especially when I'm actually doing it with Peyton. It's a lot more fun. But yeah, join the Discord server. Thank you guys for watching, and y'all stay safe. God bless.